Here we are. Episode 57, if I recall. That's where we're at tonight. Pretty good. It is episode 57, right? I hope so. That's what I got written here. We're going to pick up where we left off, of course, in the Abomination Vaults. Really fun AP. It's got a lot to it. We played it over a year now. Got the players up to 5th level. Actually, that's not fair because they all started at 3rd level. So that's 2 level gains. But anyway, yeah. We had a nice little discussion about gnome heights, of course. Very intriguing and interesting. We do have a gnome in the companions. A tall gnome, actually. But she's there. We're going to do our recap. I think Kyle's going to do that. No. Jesse will be joining us. He plays Sheppy. He'll be coming in. He is playing remotely from work. That's hardcore, man. So he'll be with us shortly. And we have Max going to join us as well tonight. And Eric. I'm sure Eric will be here tonight. I haven't heard from him, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be joining us right around 7 or so. So yeah, we should have a 5-player base tonight, I'm thinking. Good. So, if you guys are ready, let's get into this for good Pathfinder. And I don't have a question for the group tonight. I didn't have one last week either, so we're going to hold off on that. Let's jump right into the recap, or the introduction, sorry. Agatha, you're up first. Introduce yourself and your character. What's going on? Dizzy?
Well, at this point, everybody's pretty much used to Agatha, the undead witch of the group, who is now just getting plain fed up of the whole drama going on between Vigrid and Frey, but that's just out of her reach as she doesn't really care at the moment. Right now she's got another problem on her mind right now, and one that she hopes does not kill her. So this will be fun.
Yeah. You're right in the thick of it too, right at that table where a ghost appeared. Ah! All right, thanks, Agatha. You start with 1 hero point. Rachel, number 1, playing Althea tonight. You're up next. What's going on, Rachel?
Nothing much. So today I'm playing Althea. She's that gnome that you spoke of. She's average height plus a couple inches. She's got that kind of advantage, you know? But other than looking up consistently, she practices, she worships the deity Desna and calls upon that magic to cast some spells, and that's exactly what she's going to be doing once she runs out of this room. Hopefully Desna will hear her prayers, because there's a lot of people riding on somebody who can positively affect other things, especially odd skull-faced creatures, which may or may not be her specialty.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Thanks, Rachel. You have 1 hero point. Kyle, you're up next. Introduce your newest character, Grad, or Vigrad.
What's up, guys? I'm Kyle. I now play Vigrid, decorated captain from beyond Otari, from northern region, sent to Otari. We'll dig into that particular bit a little bit later, but found and rescued. He's got a pretty intimate history with Frey. Got a lot of things there that Vigrid doesn't quite agree with, and he's pretty much letting his opinion be known about it. And yeah, I'll also be running Sheppy for mechanic wise, and Sheppy like fire. It's about the closest impersonation you're going to get to him from me tonight. I'll leave the voicing up to Sheppy. And holy crap, look at those things. I'm going to like getting involved with this.
Yeah.
It's my job to get in there and stay in there and make sure everybody else can get out alive.
It is. Okay, Kai, you get 1 hero point. Start the session with. I max hero points at 3. Everybody always starts with 1. So use them if you get them. All right, Kyle, you can run us through the recap from last session. Interesting session as it was. Go for it, my friend. You'll get
First of all, I didn't do it.
You'll get an extra hero point for this. Go ahead.
Yeah. Whenever we last left our intrepid band of adventurers, we just walked into the room where Vigrod was chained and bound. Pretty good fight ensued with a creature. I believe Agatha tried to work her way over to Vigrod, trying to gain some assistance, but she got completely chain whipped into oblivion, literally and figuratively, by the animated chains that came out of the wall there. Big Rod was quite frankly struggling with the chains, but did manage to get one arm free and taunt the creature to little avail. It was at that point that Sheppy and Althea and Cassandra really started laying the smack down. Once we sort of defeated it, then that's whenever the real party started, with Vigrod being freed. And Frey got up into his face, and Vigrod retaliated, and the next thing we know, we almost had a scuffle going on right there in the middle of the room there. Althea said, "Nope, I'm not having none of this shit," and casted calm emotions on everybody, trying to smooth the tension down a little bit. It, however, did not have the desired effect that she wanted for Vigrod, but it did seem to smooth out Frey a little bit, just slightly. So yeah, we were then in a state of needing healing. Vigrod offered his services upon speaking with Althea a bit more about the companion's mission to the Gauntlet. Vigrod himself is on a mission inside the Gauntlet as well, unrelated to the party's current mission, but decided to join up nonetheless. She gave him a silver hatchet. I cannot get rid of this thing. It always comes back to me. Cannot get rid of it. And I was really dreading using it until we went up north, and I was able to, Vigrod was able to recover his equipment. We opened the door, killed a creature, and I got a +1 magical bastard sword. And then we proceeded collectively to go back south, where we broke down a few doors. Frey and Vigrod sort of had it out right there a little bit more. They sort of snapped at each other there. I think Vigrod put him in his place on that one. And they found this room where we are currently sitting at now, presently. The rest of the group went to fan out and investigate. Vigrod decided he was going to post security, and then, as we're about to find out, all hell's about to break loose, and creatures began to move around. The dilapidated tables and chairs and debris everywhere. Agatha, she decided she was going to go investigate the oven, and something popped out of the woodwork literally at her there. So we're about to find out everybody's fate and see if we're all going to survive or not.
Excellent. Get an extra hero point, so you have 2 to start the session with tonight. Excellent.
Good, that means I can do 2 stupid things.
Yep, that's what they're for. All right, and as the parties entered this pill-shaped room, capsule-shaped room, east to west, it's a shambles. It's just a mess. Overturned tables and chairs, all scattered across the floor. There's shattered glass, plates and forks and knives all lying loose. Like something was running amok in here. Now, previously, this door was barred, but after a few good shoulder pushes, Vigrod and Frey managed to get through it. Doing some major damage to the door, of course, but they're through. It's a double door, I should say. So imagine these two doors opening up into this dark room, which is now lit with magic. Althea has stepped forward into the chamber with her glowing shoes, followed by Grad, Frey, and Cassandra, and Shepe watching the rear. Agatha rushed forward into the chamber, curious as ever about what looks like little ovens, one on each side, east to west of this chamber. Little ovens of a sort. Like this was some kind of a room where people prepared food and ate. That kind of thing. Although it's very crude. Couldn't have been well-off people. And then suddenly they hear this rattle of dishes and plates and knives and furniture within the room. And they could see it starting to move about on each side, nearest the ovens. And appearing suddenly were these ghostly-like figures, of which I have an image up. And all around it you could see bottles and knives just floating around this apparition of a creature, whatever it is, this entity. One appears right in front of Agatha as she was going towards this one stove in the east portion of the room. Right in front of her. It was shocking. It was a frightening experience seeing these things just appear, and you can hear their moans coming from them. Their eyes looked and gazed upon you. But you stood your ground. Unfazed. You've seen much darker horrors. And they're about to attack you. So it looks. We are now in combat. So let's open up our combat trackers. We've got initiative already set up. We've got Cassandra at the top. Ending the turn would be, or round would be Vigrad. So we're all in there. It all looks good. So let's begin this round one. This combat, I guess. Of course, you don't have to attack. You say, hey, it's up. What's up? We're friends. We know Bakura. Or whatever. But Cassandra's up first. Cassandra in tiger stance maintains that tiger stance. And does it take an action to do tiger stance?
Yes,
Okay.
to get into it. But if he's already started it, he doesn't have to get into it each round.
As you step forward, Althea, Cassandra reaches out to grab you on the shoulder. Be careful, Althea. Watch. There, to the left. Getting your attention on the spirits. She's going to ready her action. We're going to go to Agatha. Now, Agatha, one of these creatures has just appeared right next to you. All right, so what do you do?
Gonna do something stupid. Agatha is gonna raise a hand, point at the ghost in front of her, and she's gonna try and fluff up her magic a little bit, trying to make it glow around her. And then, in the most commanding voice that she knows, she's going to say, "Obey me." So she's gonna try to intimidate it.
Okay, intimidation. As you look towards it and reach toward it, looking all threatening and menacing at this creature, its eyes just begin to glow, and it looks more intently at you. Doesn't seem to be fazed. You have one more.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to have had an effect on it. as far as you can tell. You never know.
She's going to change up tactics this time. And...
Yes,
Raise-
come. Go ahead, sorry.
She's going to lower her arm. And then... kind of like slightly lower her head as if... being like a slightly submissive. She's gonna go... I am a servant of Belcora. I am only here to serve. She's gonna try and deceive him. Or it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a... What is that? What is that?
Deception.
Yeah, but what's the skill? Deception. Oh, guess that's a skill. Deception. So it's a lie?
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to deceive it by being wimpy and pouting and all that stuff? Is that what you're doing?
She's trying to be almost submissive to it.
Yes, you're trying to trick it. And it sees you drop down looking cowardly and, like, please don't hurt me. It says, yes, Pale One, fall down before us and meet your doom. So, make of that what you will.
Do I have one more chance to do something?
Not before it acts first. It raises its hands above you, and all around it you see swirling these pieces of broken glass and shards and knives and forks. And it begins to look at you, and it in a wave of its hands, it shoots down towards you, and these blades and pieces of glass come in your direction. This is a strike. 26.
That hits.
$20 points of piercing damage as all these shards cut into your flesh and tear your clothes. And it pulls away. And Althea, as it comes closer to you, you turn abruptly after Cassandra getting your attention. You see this creature just shower Agatha with all these shards of glass. And as it glides your direction, you see more of these shards of glass come up and float around it. And it, again, raises its arm and towards you, Althea.
I'd like to use my reaction.
I thought you would. Go ahead and do that.
Let's put it in chat to remind us. So in a similar fashion that Agatha just tried, Althea is going to do the same thing, but she's trying to hone this skill. So I'll go ahead and roll a diplomacy check.
Okay.
I'll make it blind since it's against the enemy's DC, but there it goes.
You need a nice 23. What'd you get? 18?
Is that what I got, the total? I made it blind.
Got an 18. Needed a 23.
Then I suppose the creature's attack is unaffected, then creature is temporarily immune for 24 hours. So this guy is immune.
That is a hit. As showers of glass and blades come down upon you. 20 points of piercing damage. And suddenly, disappears from sight. Okay. Frey is up next.
Raising the shield as I like to do. There we go.
I'm back, by the way.
Okay.
And also, as I like to do, because I like to grab people by their scruff, I would like to replace my position with Althea's position, because I don't need her getting touched by some sort of spooky ghost thing.
Okay. Raised shield is 1. You could try and grab and pull her back. That would be
Yep,
another
that's exactly
action.
what not violently or anything. Like, let's be clear, I'm not throwing anybody this time.
Okay, so
But then,
make a athletics check to grab. Do you resist, Althea?
No, just toss her around.
Okay.
there it is.
All right. You have no problem pulling her back. Let's try out this new mod I have that lets me stack tokens. You pulled her back into your space.
Okay. And
can
then
Do
I
one
like
more
it
thing.
myself. Yeah, just I want to move in front where she was.
All right, 5-foot step so you don't provoke any attacks.
It's not letting me move. Yeah, I can't move it.
Tossed.
All right, you could do that. All right, so you pulled Althea back into the space. Everybody's grabbing you tonight, Althea. What's going on? First, Cassandra. All right, good move. That was a good move. I like that. And you're done, Frey.
I think he was trying to move because the game's paused.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry. The other ghostly-like apparition on the western side of the room. Fools, you've come to die! And it raises its hands and it shoots towards you. Vigrod, you see all these broken shards of glass and bottles and forks and knives come flying in your direction.
Not critical.
You're going to take some piercing damage from all these shards. 23 points of piercing damage. Cuts into your flesh. You weren't ready for that. And it disappears. All right, Althea. What do you do?
Well, now that she is based over in the corner, kind of tucked away as far as she knows away from the monsters, she's gonna do a 3-action heal spell. Just about everybody in the party, including herself, is damaged, and she's gonna be aiming as far away from Agatha as possible, of course.
Who's the target? No.
It's a range.
Put that in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, I guess even in this position, I'd catch her.
So it's centered on you, right?
Yeah, assuming it doesn't go through walls.
It would hit Agatha.
Even if it can't go through walls.
Well, it says you place it. It doesn't say you center it on you, does it?
It's. You go ahead.
But that button at the bottom says place 20 foot. Emanation. Never mind.
Yeah, from me.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was trying to contemplate like moving here, and then the corner of the wall here would protect Agatha, and it would just emanate straight out this way.
I think it goes through walls. I can't remember. I'd have to look that up. But if you want to move to get as far away from her as possible and then cast it, you can do it. Well, that would be...
Its emanation's like far too great. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it like that.
Plus you'd have to move, and that kills it.
Yeah. So then I would have to wait until next round. So no doing that.
See, Dizzy, see. Complications. That's okay.
So, all she can do other than running away, which lately hasn't been her style, she's going to try finding the creatures, see if they've made any type of noise.
Seek.
So she has something to target. Yes. So she's seeking. No, Eric, we cannot hear you.
How about now?
Yes. There's a lot of static in the beginning, though. I sent over a blind perception check, by the way.
Okay.
Trying to keep an eye out. Targeting, obviously, the one that was closer to us. By the end of its last turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's it? You're not moving? Or are you holding it?
She's not moving. She's, oh, where did it go? What happened?
Yeah. Looking at that area where it was standing before, you're not sure. You no longer see the floating pieces of glass and shards. If it was in there, maybe they disappeared as well, but you can't see it. You're not sure if it's still there or not.
Alright, well, instead, she'll cast Forbidding Ward. And she'll put it on Cassandra, because it looks like Frey's already got something. Actually, I don't think I can place Forbidding Ward, because I also have to target the enemy.
You ward an ally against the attacks and hostile spells from the target enemy. The target enemy. The target ally gains a +1 status bonus to armor class and saving throws against the target enemy's attacks.
Yeah, the targets are one ally and one enemy.
Yeah. Let me just look at all my options here.
What's going on here tonight?
This one I can place a 10-foot burst, right?
Yeah, you can put that anywhere within range.
Cacophonous
Yeah.
noise.
I'm going to try to place it where I think it might be. There we go. Yep, right there.
Okay.
Where it doesn't hit anybody. So she will do her last two actions, and she will cast down burst.
And what does that sound like? What's going on in this room that was previously silent except for cackling noises?
Oh, it's just going to be a sudden loud burst emanating from the center here of its source. It looks like it's a basic save, so I'll go ahead and roll damage, unless they're immune. It would be 9 sonic.
I need a villain point.
No, thank you.
Okay, what was your damage?
It was 9 sonic damage.
You hear a scream coming from the far west of the chamber, a moaning sound, obviously from the creature, one of them anyway. A sound of pain and anguish following this explosion. I believe you're done.
Yes.
Okay, Grad, you're up.
After taking the shards, Vegrod rips a shard out. You see a light, thin layer of mist begin to envelop around your feet as an ethereal banner begins to project itself behind Vegrod.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, keep in mind, make sure this is actually magical. Is it
just the aura?
Yeah, that's not magical. I know you're
Oh,
trying to
that's
roll.
right, 'cause we didn't get the thing.
Yeah, it's more like you and directing people with, do this, move over here, and inspiring them as you do. So it's more of a physical thing that you're doing. It's not a magical effect.
I'm gonna step up and get bossy with Frey again.
You are.
Yeah, I'm gonna step up that way. Everybody's got the marshal's aura. Verod's gonna look to Frey. We have to hold here for a moment, it would seem. Seeing anything on that side?
One step ahead of you.
I'm gonna raise shield for the... Then I'm gonna see if I can listen to hear them.
Okay, make a perception roll. Where are you doing this? Give me a location. This is a seek.
Try
Okay.
southwest.
Okay. That whole section of the wall. I think it's a 30-foot cone type of thing. But go ahead. Perception. You hear the moans and cackles coming right from somewhere in this area. You're not sure the exact location, but somewhere near this table. This table being this right here. Somewhere close by to that table. You're not sure exactly where, though. Essentially, it's undetected still. Okay? In case you're curious how that works, you basically have to guess where it is when you make your attack, or do like Althea did, where she used this burst and got a whole area. And quite likely did some damage. So, that's undetected.
Okay.
Now, if you keep seeking, there's a chance you might actually be able to, if you're successful, it could go from undetected to hidden, in which case you know exactly the 5-foot area that it's located, but you still have to roll to see if you can hit it. It's considered concealed. Or no, I'm that wrong. If you're hidden, it's a flat check of 10 or something, isn't it? To hit him?
11.
11? That's
Yeah,
for,
unless you're a halfling, but I don't think any of us are.
yeah, that's what
No,
it is.
definitely not.
All right, so is that it?
That's all for me.
All right. Going into the next 6 seconds. Cassandra, you're up.
You gonna put me in the tracker?
Oh, yeah, you're not in there. Sorry, Sheppy. What would you like to do, Sheppy?
I'm going to ready a flaming sphere spell, and the trigger is when they appear. I'm gonna cast it in their square.
What did you do?
I readied a flaming sphere.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'll just cast it. To the square below Vigrad, to the southwest. That one.
Okay. This is the flaming sphere.
Yeah, I'm going to drop one in there.
Let me find that bad boy. There it is. Blink. It's got the Marshal's effect bonus on it. It's like that Marshal's aura is kind of like your presence. You always have this presence of authority, and people kind of, wow, that's pretty impressive. Your allies would get a bonus to status against fear. So
Oh, stop. He's not that cool.
it boasts their...
Agatha, check out my flaming spider.
All right.
So cool.
All right, Cassandra. Sorry. Go ahead. You're up.
No
No
worries.
screams of agony.
No screams of
Um,
agony.
I'm assuming we're not engaging the one that we see. That's why everyone's staying back.
They should both be invisible.
Yeah, we don't see either of them. We don't have like a pinpoint location, just a range.
Try refreshing, Eric. It could be a...
Okay, because I see something. I'm guessing I shouldn't see that. In this square here.
Nope.
All right, then I will seek.
What'd you get?
I don't know. I rolled it secretly.
Got a 25.
Oh, okay. I mean, I did give it a blind roll first.
You did. That's okay.
All right, my last already flurry of blows. In case anything gets near me.
Okay, ready, flurry of blows. All right.
Okay, so I didn't pick up anything on that perception check.
You were looking in that direction. You saw, and then it disappeared. But you haven't. You feel like it's somewhere over there near that table. Maybe not exactly where it was, but there's something near that table. But no, you
Okay.
don't. There's anything else. Go ahead, Agatha.
She is going to cast. She's going to cast Produce Flame right where Sheppy did his Flaming Sphere.
Produce flame.
Mm-hmm.
Right in where the flaming sphere is.
Correct.
Okay. That area just lights up with even more flames. Nothing seems to happen. Let me look at something here. Okay, could still do something else.
In her last attempt, could Agatha reach out through her dark magic and see if she can roughly detect where the two undead creatures might be?
Seek. Give me an area. If precision is necessary, the GM can have you select a 30-foot cone or a 15-foot burst within your line of sight. You choose that area, and then if it's there, You'll make your perception check, and I compare that with, whatever is appropriate. In this case, if it's a creature, it's going to be their stealth DC. And if you're successful, something that is undetected will become hidden. Something that's hidden becomes observed. If it's invisible, it's never observed.
Right
But
here.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll.
Alright, cultism.
What was your perception roll, Cassandra? Okay, I got it.
25.
I'm here pointing that.
Go ahead. 13 with a roll of a 2. Ouch. Oh. 18. You can't tell. You cannot verify where it might be. You don't see anything unusual. Okay.
She's then, with her last ability, she's gonna try and drag her bloody self over to the group and try and wiggle past Cassandra to get beside Sheppy. And I can't move myself.
Table's in the way.
Use your space bar.
I got you.
Thank you.
Frey, give me a number from 1 to 6.
I got a 6.
Suddenly, all around you, the pots and pans and an old jug begin to be animated and start swirling right in front of you, and they just crash with force against you. Your shield is raised. You got that. That's good. Let's see. Your armor class is 24. And you fend off the blows.
Ooh, Fritz, I have something.
You do. What's that?
It's a passive. Basically, anybody who's adjacent to me gets +1 AC if my last action was raise shield.
Oh, that's cool. This is kind of like what we were talking about before. It's called Devoted Guardian. Requirements. Your last action was to raise a shield. You adopt a wide stance, ready to defend both yourself and your chosen ward. Select one adjacent creature. As long as your shield is raised and the creature remains adjacent to you, the creature gains a +1 circumstance bonus to their armor class and a +2 circumstance bonus to their, if the shield you raised was a tower shield. That's kind of cool. That's like what Max was talking about doing. That's like a mechanical way to represent it.
Yeah.
And what is that, a
It's-
feat?
Yeah, that's a feat.
For champions and fighters.
So Frey would get an additional +1 as well.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
need your pity.
I'll keep that in mind.
You're getting it whether you'd like it or not.
It's the story of my life.
And is there something to drag over to his thing? Or no?
Not that I'm aware of. I guess we just sort of keep track of it.
All right, somebody make a note.
Whoever's beside me.
I've got it.
Frey has a +1 circumstance to armor class. That'll make it a nice 25. Wow. Okay, where were we? Okay, you were
Sorry,
attacked.
didn't mean to interrupt.
Actually, ignore that. You didn't see it. All right, let's do that again. You're just showered with all these utensils and broken glass coming upon you. And as you sit there with your shield raised, Frey, you fend it all off. And you notice that Grod's shield is also covering over your head and kind of blocking things from striking you. Sheppy, you're up next. You want to sustain that fire thing you got there?
Yeah, I'm going to sustain it and move it.
Where's it going?
I'm gonna go underneath Grad in a straight line, and it's going to keep moving until I hit something. Hopefully.
If you put it in Grod's space, he's going to have to make a reflex save.
Not in it, below him. So the square with the oval thing.
Oh, okay.
Why not? Do it.
And it's going to keep moving until it hits something. Not there. To the right. No. Up.
Up.
No. Down. Original square. To the right. And keep going until it hits something.
And how far?
All right. Anything there?
It's 30 feet from you, right, is the maximum?
Yeah, I can move at 30.
20,
All right.
30.
I'll move to the right. So that'll be 15.
Well, it has to be at 30 feet from you. Double check that. Put it in the chat, please. Somebody put that in there so I can get the wording here. It's got a range of 30 feet. You can leave the sphere in a square or roll another square within range. Deals 3d6. So its range is 30 feet from you. So you have to keep it within 30 feet of you is what it's saying. Right?
Yeah.
All right, let me check something here. It weaves its way through the tables and the chairs and the debris and gets about as far as the stove. And that's it. Nothing seems to react.
That was my first action.
Right
My
there.
second action will be to seek, and I'll seek towards the table to the left. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Make a perception roll. Nothing can evade your eyes and your ears. You cannot see. You don't know where it is. Frey, you're up.
All right, so I can't talk. Wow. I'd like to hold my action till the end of the round if I'm allowed to do that. I don't have a reaction. I am just literally pausing, waiting for Vigrod. I will never admit this in public, but I'm waiting for Vigrod to direct the action.
Okay. Do you want your shield raised?
Yes, but I'm moving myself to the end of the initiative if that's possible.
All right, that's called, well, there is another option. Let me clarify this with you that you can do. There's a ready action, and then there's a, help me out. Rachel, what is it? Is it delay?
Yeah.
So what that is, that's kind of like what you're trying to do here. You take yourself out of initiative order. And at any time after you do that, you can drop into initiative. And you basically have a new initiative. But it has to be after where you declare it. So if you declare it after, say, Althea, say you want to drop in when she activates, once she's done, you'll go after her. So what you're doing is you're just waiting to see what happens. Now, if your turn comes back around to where you originally are, you'll lose that delay, and you'll still be where you were. So if you don't use it by the time your turn comes around again.
So if I delay right now, again, just going with intent, I don't know what's going to happen in the future here, and my intent is to wait until after Vigrod goes or he gives a direction or whatever, is that my new initiative for the rest of the combat, or do I have to declare this every round?
That would be for the rest of the combat. You're essentially changing your initiative to after Vigrod.
I'm good with that, at least if the intent works. So, yep.
All right, I'll make you invisible in the initiative tracker, and you could pop in any time.
How do I pop in, or do I just say something here and you grab my character?
Anytime you want. I'll bring you into the initiative whenever you want.
Okay.
And I'll just put you in your new initiative. And that takes up your whole... Is that your whole action, Rachel? The delay? You can't do...
Yeah, because when you pop back in, you get all 3 actions back.
Does he still have his reaction?
Good question. I don't think so.
I guess so. So I cannot raise my shield at this point? Just to stay protected?
Give me a second. I can look at the details of delay.
I got it right here.
Yeah, you can't use reactions until you return to the initiative order. So you'll still have your reactions at the start of the next turn. It's just from that one enemy that goes before you from now until when you pop back in. You just won't be able to raise your shield.
Okay.
And there's no guarantee that it'll direct its attack at you, but also it could.
So essentially, it's a free thing. Delay is a free action. Doesn't cost you any of your actions, but what you do is it takes you out of the initiative order, like you're not even in the combat. So you still have your 3 actions, and you decide when to come back in at this new initiative. You cannot use reactions until you return to the initiative order. So you can't use your attack of opportunity or any kind of reaction until you get back in that initiative order, which you decide. So that's how that works. All right? All right. Thanks, Rachel. Okay. Cassandra, as you stand back there in your stance, suddenly all these rising above the ground near you, you see all these shards come up and start cutting into your legs and your arms. You're going to take 22 points of slashing damage. And you see it appear right in the northern part of the wall, maybe 15 feet away from you, Cassandra, right behind you as well, Grod. You see it appear, and it looks towards you, Cassandra. Click, 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 click.
That there?
I hope you can see it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Just making sure.
And as it becomes visible to you, Cassandra, you see its skeletal shape and its ghost-like appearance. It's a humanoid, of course. And it lets out this horrible sounding scream of death. Everybody needs to make a will savings throw. Except, wait, I'm wrong. Wait a minute. Hold on. Backtrack. It does make this horrible screeching sound. But you all stand steadfast and unwavering. You've seen this before from this creature. Darn it.
Arsenals are coming in clutch, guys.
Yeah. So what it's going to do... What it's going to do is it's going to launch some more debris in your direction, Cassandra, once again. Actually, give me a number between 1 and 6, Cassandra.
4.
Okay. Oh, okay. Frey, give me a number between 1 and 6.
Opposite side of the fence this time. I got a 1.
Okay. Grad. Oh, never mind. You easily dodge the bits of glass and shards that come raining down upon you, Grad. Well, I flubbed that. Okay, Althea, you're next.
So we can see the creature. It's like revealed itself. I just want to double check before I target.
As it revealed itself, you've seen it do this before when you initially entered the room. You saw them appear. You saw these ghostly appearances before they disappeared. And that's when I had you all make your will savings throws. Cassandra, you weren't here. Eric, you weren't here. But you had to make a will savings throw. And now you're not affected by it because all you guys passed. So that's why I flubbed that. Darn it, I forgot. They're immune. Anyway, sorry.
Alright, well, she was not planning to let this one get away, and she casts Divine Lance. Oof. You know what? I'm gonna hero point that.
Now that's a spell, because alignment's being removed from the game. That's a spell that would be affected here. This would probably affect, it would probably be a holy attack. So unholy creatures would take the damage.
Too.
That's probably how it's going to look.
Yeah. Well, she just got an 18.
Too bad.
Yeah. And then she's going to back out of the room. And that's that.
Okay. So a divine lance of Desna appears and hurls itself towards that one apparition that you can see. But it seems to pierce right through it. Or beyond it. Vigrad?
Vigrad's gonna look to Frey. Prepare to disengage. We cannot fight an enemy we cannot see. Stick close to them. I'll be the last one through. And I'm going to hold an action for whenever they move out. I want to be the last one through the door.
Okay. So you're readying an action. Trigger being when everyone leaves the room, you're gonna make your move.
Yep.
Alright. Frey, would you like to step in now?
Yes. So, what I'm gonna do then is I understand there's somebody behind me. I don't care. My shield's going up, and I'm going to basically shuffle my feet, military style, so I don't trip over myself. And I'm just gonna start backing up. Shield forward, me moving backward. Anybody behind me can either get out of my way or move back like they're supposed to.
Okay, go for
There.
it. Where are you? You're in Cassandra's space? Where'd you go?
I ate her.
There you are.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm moving back. I mean, I don't know what I can do. I mean, I'm sure I can't have two people in the same square.
You can move through it without no problem, unless they resist.
No, you're misunderstanding. I'm not moving through. She's moving behind me or out of the way. She can make the choice.
I have to wait for my turn.
I'm following Vigrad's suggestion. There we go.
You have to delay until after my turn. I can't go on your turn.
I hip check her. No, that's fine. If that's what I got to do, if I have to delay until then, I'll turn this back off again, and I'll wait. But I am as of this action, as of right now, I am shuffling and I'm starting to slowly step backward.
You could stay out of the initiative. Where were
Whatever's
you?
appropriate for the game.
I don't know where you were originally. I drug you to the new spot.
No. I put myself back, unless you see something different. I put myself back where I was, standing next to Vigrad.
All right, because I lost your original position, you're now taking your action now.
Oh,
As I
you
don't-
mean my original
Yeah.
initiative was after was it after Sheppy? Yeah, it was after Sheppy.
After Sheppy? Okay, let me put you there. So what you could do is continue delaying
Okay.
into the next round. And everybody else should have a chance to move, and then you can take your action
Okay.
and be able to
Works
move
for
out of
me.
here. All right.
I think if you delay and don't go back into initiative, you have to re-roll. Like if you forget by the end of the round.
That's cool. I mean, I'm good with any of that. Right now, I'm just following the directions that Vigrad gave me. If it means I have to re-roll or whatever, that's cool. Just let me know.
If you delay an entire round without returning to the initiative order, the actions from the delayed turn are lost. Your initiative does not change, and your next turn occurs at your original position in the initiative.
Ah, there we go.
Which
So-
theoretically is fine considering who's behind me, but let's see how this plays
All right, let me put you back where you originally were. Well, that's where you are now, sorry. And you're still delaying. All right, so we're going to go to...
You could hold an action for whatever Cassandra moves, then you move. That's what I did.
If he sticks to what he's doing now, he can do what he wants to do because everybody else is going to get a chance to move out of the room.
Yeah.
So he's actually good. He goes after Sheppy. And yeah, you'd be good that way. All right, Cassandra, you're up. Assuming you want to leave the room. She might not want to. Up, she's hauling.
And with my second action, I'll ready flurry of blows in case anyone engages me in melee.
Okay,
And a turn.
Agatha. What are you doing, Agatha?
Agatha is going to be.
Shut the door. Lock everybody in. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
she's going to be dragging her bloody self back. Probably. Right about that. And then she's going to cast. Where is it? She's casting shield on herself. That's it.
Did we lose Fritz?
Oh, I was muted again. Sorry. Let me state that again. Frey, this creature, once again, you're confronted, you're assaulted by all these shards and table legs and everything else. And you will take 15 points of bludgeoning damage in lieu of somebody doing something to help your armor class at all.
My shield was raised.
Mine apparently is not because
Well, no, yours
Thank you.
wasn't raised because you were... you didn't raise your shield because you were holding your action.
Oh, that's right.
You did something, though.
Because all I did was tell him to get ready to get out, and then I was going to hold an action to move.
Yeah. If you want to raise your shield, go ahead, because I think you can. That's only an action. And then you're ready
That
for
would
2.
give him a... Yeah. And that would give him a +1 armor class for Devoted Guardian.
Alright, so it doesn't matter. You're still taking that damage. It's to no avail. 15 points bludgeoning damage, Frey. And Sheppy, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to sustain my flaming sphere, and I'm going to move it to that location of the last known creature that had revealed itself.
So way back over here to the west.
Yeah, that one.
Alright. You can't see that from around the corner, but I'll let you because you can peek around the corner. Okay?
Okay.
I'll let you do that. And yeah, you could do that. It's within your range. Okay, so let's see if you catch him. And what's the roll here? Reflex save versus what? Put that in the
I'll put it in.
put that in the chat, Kyle.
Just a 21 reflex.
Okay.
If it failed, it takes 13 fire.
Okay. And what does it say for success? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Alright, so, yeah. It avoids the flames of the sphere. Now, if you want to jump into the initiative order.
I'm going to move. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
That was one action. I'm going to close the door under me, and then I'm going to move back on the other side of Althea.
Hopefully Vigrod and Frey don't get the wrong idea. They're locking us in here!
Alright, so you're done. So now, Frey, we're back to you. You haven't used your delay,
Okay,
so
well,
you're automatically back where you started. So go ahead and do what you want.
Raise my shield.
Okay.
I'm gonna back up to here. I'm gonna hesitate. Can I shut the door? And then I'll back up. I should have kicked it shut.
Grad, you're the only one left in this chamber.
As soon as he moved out, I'm gonna continue to hold ground for a second, and then I'm gonna back out of there as well.
Before you do that, down upon you once again rains you all manner of debris. And why do you run, human? It is your fate to die here with us.
Not today, creature.
Althea. This creature, as he says that, suddenly disappears from your view. You cannot see the creature anymore, Vigrad. Althea, you're up next.
Oh, he still had a turn, didn't he? Or no? Never mind.
No, he's not up yet. Althea's
that's
first.
Which direction did Agatha run in when she? Because I don't see her.
She ran back up.
Okay, so I don't see her at all. So that's accurate. There are things I want to do, but I can't. The restrictions. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm going to cast this. And that's what we've got. Seriously? Is he just out of range? Alright, well, my whole turn is I cast a very powerful healing spell. It,
3 of them? 3 action?
three action, everybody heals. That's if you're in the green, you heal 18 hit points.
I hear whimpering coming from the north.
The witch.
You can't be there. I don't see you at all.
Now, you have that amulet of protection. Doesn't it actually,
Let me double check.
yeah, do you have to manually do that, or is that... I think you have to manually deduct
it?
from
Where
what
is
you
it?
would
Where is
take here. Yeah, double check that.
Yeah, because I don't get it because I'm not in the green.
This nugget polished tektite is trapped in a cage of braided wire and hangs from a silken cord. When wearing this amulet, you gain resistance 5 against damage from harm spells if you're living, or against heal spells if you're undead.
Question: Did you go invisible?
No, I'm under the
There's like a bridge there.
yeah, the bridge thing.
You know what? I didn't see you there because all I see is Cassandra. I thought when you said you ran away, you ran and like turned the corner. So I'm like, oh, I won't reach her.
Wait,
Oh,
yeah.
then let me take that back because clearly I can see you looking into your eyes. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So let me get rid of this emanation.
Complicating things.
Yeah. Because not only are you under the bridge, but you're also on the same space that Cassandra is. So it's like 2 layers
I
on
didn't even
top
know
of
she
you.
was there.
I thought you had like run away, like because when it was your turn running away or retreating, I was zoomed really far in, so I didn't see where you ended. That's why I had asked. Oh boy. So yeah, definitely going to change a little bit, knowing that you are right there, which is, I guess, you know, I can't fight like this, so I'm going to 3 action run away. I just can't. So as Althea's running away, she says, "We're gonna have to come back."
You know you're our light source, right?
You left him in the dark.
Okay, fine.
They could see you there. They might be in the dark, but they could see you there.
Vigrod is in the dark, and I think Frey is in low light. Man, you guys, you need to get better, guys. Sorry I'm moving around so much. Alright, so instead 15-foot move, maybe even 10 feet. And I'm just going to...
Can you ready a spell?
That's what I was thinking, but I can
2
only
action?
ready... Can I ready a 2 action? I thought you can only ready 1 action.
You get ready gives you... Yeah, you're right.
You-
It costs
you
you
know
2
what,
of your
so-
actions to do 1 action. I believe.
Yeah, it
What,
costs you to do
what are we
one.
trying to do? What are we trying to do? Are we just trying to run?
That's what Althea is doing because she's
Yeah, just
useless
run.
right now.
Just run. That's the
Well, she's
two
also
military texts were
not.
saying to run, so we run, and then they'll catch up. They'll just follow the light. Like, it's weird in the game that I could be in complete darkness and not see a light source that's like 50 feet away.
Well, you can
I
see
mean,
the
I
light
wouldn't be
source,
in the
but
light,
still
but I
be
would
in
see the light
darkness.
source. Yeah, so they would just run towards the light source. They'll be fine.
And trip on absolutely everything and make it difficult terrain, having their speed. So she's just going to stand just almost underneath the bridge, but not quite, and cast shield and wait for everybody. And she essentially is just kind of like, hurry up, get out of there.
Okay, Vigrad, you're the last one in the chamber. Once again, there's one door behind you that's still open. You can see the light funneling into the room from Althea. What do you do?
Yeah.
You cannot see the creatures.
I mean, I had readied an action to move as soon as Frey did, but
You did.
we got there in the end, so I'm going to run back and shut the door behind me as I walk through.
Okay. Now, the door is considerably damaged. When you pull it shut, it just touches the other door. It's broken where there would be the center line is actually busted through. All right. You could actually still see into the room if it was lit. But just a crack. But there's no click, there's no lock. It would easily just pull itself open. You'd have to bar it in some way to keep this shut. But it is closed.
As long as it's closed, good enough.
Anything else?
I'm just going to keep moving back.
Okay.
When you say it closes, so is it on hinges or whatever?
It's a broken door. It's just gonna... You could just push it open. There's no latch to pull to open it to make it
Okay. If
function
I jam
normally.
my dagger in it, will it be able to keep it shut?
Maybe.
I guess that's all I'm asking. Is like, I mean,
You can try
is there
it.
enough door? Is there enough door? Okay, then yeah, I'm going to use my strength and I'm going to jam my dagger between it and the wall and hopefully jam it shut.
Okay, when your turn comes up, you can do that. We're still in initiative yet.
Okay.
So let's go to Cassandra. You want to do anything, Cassandra?
She'll just step to here.
All right, that's a wall. This
Like
is
to my right is a wall?
yes, it's very confusing.
It's second story or second floor.
Yeah, there's like
Oh,
a
I get
bridge
it.
over you.
On the lower?
Mm-hmm. You're on the lower part.
Alright, I jump.
That's a solid ceiling.
Oh, it's a solid ceiling above me.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah,
20
you'd have to
feet.
be like where I am. But yeah, that's the other thing. The creature's like dropped from it, so it's got to be pretty high.
Yeah, it's about 20 feet.
So am I on a lower level than Althea?
No. Behind
not.
you is a set of steps. That's the way out. It's the only way out, away from that door.
I'll just wait here for everybody else.
Okay? Agatha?
Agatha's she's gonna drag herself up the stairs. While she's moving, she's just gonna be leaving this like bloody trail behind her because the multiple cuts or shards of glass embedded in her. She appears very hunched over as she's moving. Like she's not raising her head or anything. She's just like hunched over, just
Okay.
holding herself.
So where are you going to move to? Top of the
She's
steps?
gonna move.
Okay.
Right about there.
Okay. Sheppy, you're up. Maybe I've got it wrong here. Let me click the... No, that didn't change the look of it.
What you want to do, ship? Move?
Jesse, you're muted.
Sorry about that. I'm going to sustain my flaming sphere to the south square of Frey. So if anything comes through the door, it has to go through the sphere.
The doors are
Can
shut.
you-
You can't see.
Yeah. I was just thinking that can you maintain it without seeing it?
He has to see it.
Okay. All right, then I will move.
Where we going?
Run away!
Where's Cassandra? All right, I'll move up next to Agatha up there.
Frey, you're up next.
All right, now I jam my dagger into the door. Let's go
Okay.
up there. I don't have any tools or anything to pound it in, so I'm just going to use brute strength. And if there's a rock on the floor, I'll use that to try to wedge it in there.
Okay.
Basically, barring the door.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do. Okay, you do that. You do anything else? Give you one more.
No, just I mean, I move close to the party, as close as I can get after doing that.
You could raise your shield.
We're not tagging. Oh, the one time. Yeah, the one time I don't need to. You want me to do it? Great. I'm just back up to the party. There, if I can go that far.
All right.
Not sure I like your tone, mister.
Next. Althea, you're up. You totally...
I'm going to delay until I'm last.
Okay, Vigrad?
I'm gonna move up next to Sheppy, sort of ripping pieces of broken glass out of the armor as I move.
Okay, Althea, you're last. If you want to do it now. Okay. All right.
And that's just it. I think at this point we're all fleeing.
Yeah. Let's drop out of the initiative here as you all make your way up the steps. Frey bringing up the rear. Althea, you're also one of the last to head up those steps. Are we all there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. You all hear the steps as your feet as you hit the steps and you start climbing up, and everybody's breathing heavy. You could just make out Frey below you, Althea, and Vigrad. He seems to be coming up following you. But there doesn't seem to be anything pursuing, as far as you can tell. Frey, you see nothing. You've barred the door, and as far as you can see, it doesn't look like anything is coming through the door. You don't hear any screams or sounds either. It's silent. We're out of
After a couple
initiative.
of seconds of staring at the door, kind of do that hesitation thing, looking back, just to make sure, like you'd said, then I'm going to jog up to make sure I'm actually next to, like that, if I can do that.
Yeah, let's do one thing. Let's move everybody up a square and get away from that weird bridge that seems to hide people, including Cassandra. And Frey. How's that?
Yep.
Okay, so everybody's right there. Now, if you want to continue running, you can do so. Just tell me where you're going. If you want to stop and catch your breath at this point, you can do that too. But right now, you're all at the top of the steps. Nothing seems to be pursuing you.
We need to catch our breath, patch our wounds, and then go back down.
I'll put you over there, Frey.
Agatha, go run away so we can heal.
Agatha's. Agatha would probably look at Sheppy and be like, I already was going to do that, but I knew Althea was going to give me a lecture if I did that. But she's still gonna move a good distance away from the group.
All right, you have a little respite here. If you want to take advantage and heal up a little bit, do so now.
Actually, Althea cuts the corner here. Sits in fetal position with her arms wrapped around her knees, and she just goes quiet for just a little while.
What's wrong, little gnome?
He doesn't respond.
Agatha's just gonna rest against the wall and then just collapse.
If you want to use your... Do you have any of your harm spells to heal you, Agatha?
No, I don't. I used up all my harm spells already.
All right. Cassandra? Break out the bandages, maybe?
Sure. So this can be for Vigrod and Thea with Ward Medic.
If you approach Althea, she'll shuffle her feet, you know, while in that seated position to, like, turn away.
Oh, okay. So then this will just be for Vigrod then.
Much appreciated.
She nods.
Seems we're all pretty tapped. Perhaps we should find a place to rest.
Trying to remember where on this level there was such a place.
There's the room with all the gems or potions, whatever it was, whatever Althea was looking through. Right up to the north here. It's relatively safe. Might be cramped, but who cares?
Could we secure the door?
Yes.
Sounds like a good place as any.
That room where I put the torch, is that the room?
Yes.
All right, everybody click on the torch. You're all in this chamber. And there is a double door, I think, here. Yes, there is, so you can... It's not broken into, so it's... You can close that. It's not broken. And that's the best you can do, I guess. So you return once again to this odd-shaped room. You've ransacked this before. You collected a bunch of vials of strange concoctions and mixes, of which you still have, I'm sure. And you've all gathered yourself in this chamber. Now, is anyone watching the door? Is anyone guarding the door, standing close to the door? Tell me
Yes.
now. Frey? Okay.
Absolutely.
And how about you, Vigrod? Where are you in this chamber?
I'm gonna pull that little cart over and barricade it in front of one of the doors.
You can do that. There's also some wood and from the shelves you can push over in that direction as well. If you want to do that, you can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss a few boards to Frey. Put those in place.
Okay.
I dropped the boards on the floor.
Okay. So you're building a little barricade of sorts, right?
Yeah.
All right. How about the rest of you? Agatha, Althea? You're kind of to yourselves at this moment, kind of distraught about what just occurred. What are you both doing in this room?
Agatha is... Like, she'll be dragging herself down to the bottom left corner of the room, like, right where the massive cobwebs are. Right here in this area. Yep. She's gonna try and make a makeshift spider web for Spidey,
Okay.
and then she's gonna put him there.
Okay. How about you, Agatha or Althea?
She joins everybody in the room, and she does keep to herself, but you'll see her take out her own healer's tools, and she'll just treat her wounds while everyone's kind of not barricading, but you know, at the door.
Cassandra? Excuse me.
Cassandra's meditating to regain another focus point.
Okay, I'll put you in there too. The rest of you are at the door. Where's Sheppy? How about you, Sheppy?
Sheppy notices that there's something going on with Althea, and he's kind of concerned. Goes over and gives her a little poke. What you thinking, Althea? I can tell something's wrong.
She's really concentrated on kind of wrapping up her wounds. And I'm just tired, Sheppy. This has been a very long journey.
Well, don't feel useless, because you're not. I want you to know you're a big help. But you didn't hear that from me.
I'll remember that. Thank you.
And then Sheppy will take a rest. He could use one.
What'd I miss?
I don't know. How long you been gone?
I heard Althea saying I concentrate on something, and then I had my house is
yeah,
flooding, so I have to take a break there. Go ahead.
Raining over there
Sure.
too?
Yep. It's bad. Go ahead.
Same
Sheppy
over
came
here.
over and poked Althea to see if she was okay. She said she was tired, and then he put his head down to rest.
Okay. All right, so if there's any more healing, let's do that. Otherwise, it's too soon to take a rest. None of you would get any sleep at this stage. Yeah. So,
I was gonna say, people would kind of notice Agatha's slightly odd behavior as she's delicately moving all the spider webs. So there's like a one corner covered completely in spider webs, and she's kind of barricaded herself from everybody else. So it's like the entire corner is covered in spider webs, and nobody can see her through it.
can he weave? Can he weave webs too?
Oh no, she's using all the spider webs that were left behind.
I know, but could he weave webs for you and hide you, cocoon you there?
Yeah, you should be able to.
All right. Okay.
So they would all notice that she's kind of barricading herself from everybody.
Okay. Vigrad, Frey, you're at the door. It looks pretty stable at this point. You don't hear anything on the other side, nothing pursuing, nothing trying to get in. Although if those creatures could, they probably could go right through the door. You think to yourself. Pretty obvious.
Now that some time's passed, I'll actually pick some of the wood up off the floor and put it in a barricade position. At least a little better than what it was, just dropped on the floor like I did after he decided I was going to do whatever the hell he said.
All right. Making it even more secure.
Yeah, well, whatever that's worth, yeah. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to look over at Vigrad over there. It's like, are you finally going to tell us what all this nonsense is about?
What do you mean?
Show up down in this settlement after, a year after? And just... we get sent to pitch Blackland, and you convinced me to come down here. I get fired. That's fine. I figured that would happen anyway. What? You brought the curse with you. It's obvious. So what is going on?
Oh, I highly doubt I brought the godlike curse with me. Seems like they've been at it a while.
Well, it wasn't down here until very recently. Around the time that I saw you, nothing was going bump in the night until I saw you in the tavern.
That's what I was sent here to investigate. I was hoping to find answers myself.
I'm shaking my head.
Can't both of you just stop squabbling for 1 minute?
Stop squabbling in order to run away from ghost, poltergeist, specter
And
things.
yet you're back at it right now.
Correct.
So stop it.
It's been more than a minute.
Stop it.
I will tell you this, Frey. All I know is that whatever happening in the north is getting worse. And I don't know how, but this place may be the key to stopping what's going on there.
How did we get caught up in it first from the north if it started here?
Guess some cultists of this Belcora have been stirring up trouble in the northern regions. Northern outpost is destroyed, Frey. 5 survivors. That was all.
Not responding. Not angrily, just not responding.
Much like you, Frey, I'm tired of fighting. Think after 20 years we would have had something by now.
For the record, I wasn't tired of fighting. I was tired of being ordered to my death over and over again. Somebody should have stopped us from just running headfirst into walls over and over again. Black magic, whatever it was that those arrows were that instantly could hit home. I'd never seen such slaughter in my life. Obviously, that was dark magic. And yet, forward. Oh, forward. Keep going forward. Why the heck were we going forward? My best friends were slaughtered. For no reason. Go forward. Why?
Beggar just sort of chuckles at Frey. You're not the only one that's lost friends to...
Of course I'm not. But at least I'm alive to think about it, suffering through that torture.
Not the only one that bears that weight, Frey.
Never said I was. What I said is that it shouldn't have happened in the first place. Just do me a favor. Do me a favor. You're here. Obviously, you've got some mission. I don't want to anger the rest of these folks more than I already have.
You've done quite a good job of it.
Oh, I'll continue to do it too if it's
A dark
keeps
growl
poking
comes
under
from
you.
her corner.
But just tell me this: when this is done, leave me alone. You forget I exist. You don't bother me. You let me live my life, because I am not going back.
Oh, little pup, how little you know. I'm not here to chase your head, Frey. Matter of fact, your very presence in Otari means nothing to me.
Oh,
As
great.
far as I can
Then we're on
tell,
the same
you were
page.
never here. Who
Very well,
knows?
then.
I may not be going north myself once this is over.
Well, is that your word as an officer and a gentleman?
Officer and a gentleman. As a captain, yes, your head is safe. I'm not a gentleman, Frey. I never was.
Very well. I'll stop my bickering for now. But if I see that we're put in a situation that looks like you're taking advantage in order to get some small heroic victory on your under your belt or on your name, I will be the one that stands in your way. Other than that, Frey actually snaps to what would be the equivalent of attention and gives him a salute. Doesn't look happy about it in any way, shape, or form, but you can tell it's respectful.
Good. And we
And,
can pitch in and help these people. That way they don't lose any more people. Big Rod will sort of return the salute. Now, I want you to go around and apologize to these people for being the asshole that you were.
Yeah, no.
Now.
What did I do? You've accused me of something. What did I do? What, I said a couple of poo-poo words?
Would you just go apologize to people so we can all get on the same page for once?
Doesn't an apology have to actually come with some understanding of what you did wrong or admittance that you did wrong?
Apologize, because I'm not in the mood.
Vegrod would hold his hand up to Agatha. Then he'll look to Frey. Being a good team is not about individual actions. Or belittling other people does not make a good team. Now, especially the goblin, I would like for you to go apologize to.
What am I going to apologize to a green monkey for?
That kind of attitude is exactly...
All right. That's enough. You two get a room or something. I'm getting tired of this. And Chapt just moves more away from the two of them. He's tired.
Yeah, I'll go sit in the corner. Like, I'm not apologizing to that thing.
Just apologize for whatever God's sake that you believe in.
Muttering to myself as a child would do.
Vegrod sort of chuckles and nods to Agatha. And he'll look back to Althea. How long have you been down in this gauntlet?
She's like in deep prayer, but she does look up to try to answer your question. And she says, we've been in and out of this place for about a month. The seasons have, I believe it's about a month. But the seasons have been changing already.
I also understand that you've lost many in your quest.
Yes, which is why we urgently press on. Not just for the sake of our own selves, but for the ones in Otari.
Yes, I've seen this Otari. Charming little place, tucked in the woods.
My home.
I do not have much experience in Otari, but what I do have, people seem well enough. Whatever assistance Frey can provide, I'm sure people can be useful for it. As for myself, I'm in it. If I can help you stop this Belcora, she's not only threatening Otari, it would also appear she's threatening the northern areas as well. If I can help you stop her here, be happy to do so.
Well, I can't speak for everybody I've been traveling with, but we could use the assistance, and I'll gladly take the help.
Very good. Then Vegrod will walk over to Sheppy, sort of kneel down. What is your words on the matter, little goblin?
I don't know you, and I don't know your lover over there. But the way I see it, I'm here to stop Belcora. And that's it. Your squabbling is getting old. Sheppy doesn't like it. Sheppy just wants to burn things. That's all.
Sheppy could burn your companion for all I care.
Sheppy's feeling like it.
Once upon a time I would have let you, but we need every hand. Like I told Miss Althea, I'll help you stop Belcora if I can.
I guess we have an agreement. Belcora must die.
Yes.
Or die again. Whatever.
Die again, or whatever means. It's more than Otari that's at stake now. And then sort of Vegrod will sort of walk down to Cassandra and sort of, same thing. What is your stance on this matter, monk?
I follow the wisdom of Althea in my growing friendship with Agatha and Sheppy. I am here out of loyalty to them.
Rare trait these days, to be sure.
So are we to follow your instructions in combat if you choose to journey with us?
Well, I am a captain. I've fought many campaigns. I will not be so brash as to command you as Frey had. Maybe offer some pointers and tactics. If you would have them, of course.
She stops to give serious consideration to your words, and then she nods curtly.
And you've noticed, when it comes to battle and getting in these confrontations, you've noticed that Grad is, perhaps by instinct, he seems to be very much dominating and instructing people and inspiring as you do so. Now, the effect of that is that he has this aura, which is going to give everybody a +1 status bonus to fear. That's its main effect. You could choose not to take that bonus for role-playing purposes. It's up to you. But as long as you have that little icon, you're within his aura, you do gain that bonus. It's just the way he conducts himself during a combat. You get that sense, Cassandra.
Got it.
And it's not magical or anything.
Yet.
Yet. Yeah, I know. All right, so how long do you want to plan to stay in this room? You've got hours before you can get any sleep. You seem to be barricaded in here. Everything seems to be fine. Nothing seems to be banging at the door.
Is there any way to heal Agatha?
Agatha, she needs the harm spell. Or what was the other option if there was one? Agatha? I'm not even sure there's any other way, really.
Not even first aid?
Any kind
No,
of...
I need Stitch Flesh, the feet, to treat an undead with that.
Yeah. Any spell that does negative damage that can heal undead, like Harm does, will help her.
She can also feed, but she doesn't have that feed for it yet.
Yeah, you're still growing into your skin, as it were. Yeah, what's your hit points? Ooh.
Yeah, she's She's
5.
that close.
5 hit points. Well, you wanted to play a vampire.
And I don't regret my decision.
Do we want to wait until we can rest and then rest here and then get up and do it again, or?
I think we don't have much of a choice.
Yeah, because I know that Sheppy's
waiting is
spell
a bad
slots
idea.
are about tapped.
Yeah,
Or
even
like third level.
even regarding her, the only thing that's going to heal her is that harm spell. Natural healing won't do it. She needs to have her spells. Unless she comes across some type of magic that would help her. But that's it.
Just spit on some dirt,
Agatha.
curse it, a barrier in it. She'll be fine in the morning.
If I hear him talking one more time, I'm going to rip his throat out.
You are.
Vegrod just sort of chuckles loudly to himself, almost amused by Agatha's words.
Okay. Is there any more healing? Anything?
Well, if we're waiting until we can rest for the night and gain spell slots back and whatever,
It's going to be a wait.
yeah.
You can do that. I see some folks with some pretty bad injuries here. Frey's looking pretty rough, as is Vigrad. You can do any more healing if you want to do that as you wait. You can get that out of the way.
Agatha's little spider companion is gonna slip out underneath from the cobweb home that was built for Agatha. She's gonna, the little creature's gonna make its way over to Althea and just kind of climb up on her shoulder for like a minute, just watching her.
Okay. Ah!
Not to scare her, but like, since the bond between Agatha and her familiar is more of emotion, I guess her familiar would be trying to emanate Agatha's pain onto Althea, so Althea could get an idea of what Agatha is feeling right now with all the glass in her body.
I'm thinking. I guess I'll go with the exact reaction that I am having in person. It's just she doesn't know how to deal with what you're showing her and doesn't have much of a response.
And then the Spidey's gonna creep its way back to Agatha, slip underneath the cobwebs, and just huddle close to its mistress.
As this is happening, Althea and Sheppy, as this conversation is happening, Althea and Sheppy, you hear, just beyond the door that's been barricaded, you swear you hear the sound of a chain dragging along stone.
Yeah, did you hear that? It sounded like chains. Go on, be quiet.
Cassandra goes to put her ear to the door.
Do you reveal this information, Althea, Sheppy?
I said it out loud.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
that's why I'm putting my ear to the door.
Okay, not with that roll. You hear nothing.
Agatha's gonna try and go completely silent, as if she's not even moving.
Vegrod will listen in at the door as well.
I'm standing up and drawing my sword, raising my shield, ready to go, but not doing really anything else.
Grad, were you gonna listen? Go ahead.
Is that supposed to be blind?
Doesn't matter at this point. You do actually hear something, but it's only brief, and it sounds in the distance, and it sounds like it's some distance away from the door, but you also hear what sounds like muttering and footsteps, along with this chain dragging sound.
Does it sound like it's getting closer or further away?
Further away, but it's a voice you've heard before.
Interesting. Big Rod will look over to the others. It's moving off. Interesting. I've heard that creature before.
Does it sound like it's gone away or is heading towards us?
Sounds like it's heading away from our current position.
Althea stands to the front here, kind of centered by everybody, and addresses the whole team. It says, as much as it pains me to delay this any further, we have once again come to a point that we are ill-equipped to handle certain situations or thrive on our own. I suggest we return to town. There are a few things I would like to look into, and I know that you, Vigrod, and Frey could use some new equipment, perhaps.
Big Rod nods as he rips another piece of glass out of his armor. Just a wee bit, perhaps.
It is quite a journey to get out of the Gauntlet and head to Otari. So I wouldn't want to make this decision without everybody agreeing to it. Because as I've said, this will significantly delay our progress. But at least, you know, we can find more stuff in town that can help us and make it easier and increase our survival rate. And she looks over at Agatha. Just to remind her that she is addressing you too, and that she's not excluding you in her chant, not her chant, but
the whole group would hear a soft sob come from the thick layer of cobwebs.
Yes, and I suppose a good rest in a soft bed could do all of us some good.
I stand with the group. Whatever your decision is, let's move.
She looks to Frey, Cassandra, and Sheppy, like expecting like a response. Like, okay, I've heard from these two. What about the three of you?
Cassandra nods and says, "I follow your wisdom."
When you look at Frey, he just shrugs.
Frey, give the girl a yes or
She wouldn't
no.
have expected anything less from Frey. She's just like, okay, whatever.
We all can go. We can leave him behind. Let's go.
Um,
And like a really, unless you have like a natural 20 on your perception, like Aldia just like whispers in like one low breath, like, oh, Sheppy, smart words. I agree with you. Because as nice as she is, she's finding it really difficult to work with his specific mannerisms and just his attitude. What were you gonna say, Agatha?
at this point, Agatha's just had it. She's done playing these games, so she gets up, covered in blood, still got the glass in her. Her Spidey companion literally like jumps off her onto Althea and like tries to cower in here. As you see, Agatha's eyes is just blazing red, and she makes her way over to Frey. She's gonna grab a hold of him by the chest plate, yank his head
boy.
down.
I would remind you that I had my shield raised and my sword out. Already mentioned.
She remembers. But she's not
No,
looking like she's about to
I-
attack him.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this to Fritz. You're a monster. I'm saying this to Fritz. So yeah, not you. I get that you understand what's going on. So
But yeah, she grabs a hold of Frey, yanks his head down, looks him dead in the eye. She goes, "Enough. I'm sick and tired of this child's play. We are heading back. You are gonna knock it off. And if you continue this on, I pray to every single god that you have that I do not rip you limb from limb."
You bare your teeth?
She's bearing them. She's done.
That's the thing.
Even takes you aback, Sheppy. Never seen that before.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Okay. So the plan is to head back? You're making the way out of here?
Yeah.
All right. You're all good with that? Okay.
Fegrov will pipe up. I'll help Agatha move. She seems to be having difficulty. Frey, you can stick close to the middle. Provide security if need be.
Who's at the head? I just need to know who's in the front as you march.
You know what?
your
Alfie
way
is
back.
gonna be in the front. She's
Okay.
like, stand behind me! I still have quite a significant amount of spells, and sure, I might not exactly know where I'm going half the time because I have a terrible sense of direction, but we'll make it out of here. We've just got to.
We've got to. That's it. All right. And where are you, Frey? I need to know where you are. In the back? The middle? Anywhere in
I
particular?
thought Vigrod said I needed to be in the middle.
You're in the middle?
And I'll be in the rear.
Or you're going to be in the rear? Althea's in the front. All right.
It makes sense that you'd be in the rear if you're helping Agatha, you know?
Yep.
Kind of like, lean on me, we'll go at your pace.
Yep, and that way we also have a fighter in the rear in case something comes out to play.
Yeah, two of you. Egg. How about you, Sheppy? You're right up there next to Althea. You're muted.
Yeah, I'll take up position behind her.
Okay. All right. Any particular ways of moving on here? I suppose, Frey, you're going to be on defense. Going to have that shield ready to go at the moment's notice. Sound good to you?
Sorry, I was muted. Yep, always.
All right. Detect magic. Agatha? Or shield?
Casting shield.
Shield? Okay. How about you, Althea?
Search.
Search.
I'm leading the party, gotta keep us safe from any traps.
That's important to know. Okay, so you're keeping your eyes peeled. All right, everybody's good. I know what you're doing. I know what your order is. We can begin this. Althea and Sheppy, you're at the head of this party. I'm going to put the party token here. We won't go through the whole map, but as needed. Okay? You can make your way, push your way through the barricade and get to the door, and you can push it open and see out into this chamber. The light comes through. You don't see anything. You do notice that the door to the north is open. One of the double doors is open. Everybody click the torch token, by the way, so you can see from there. You don't see anything beyond. Now, going the way that you know would mean heading south. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, we're going to retrace our steps the way we came.
Yeah,
Okay.
so heading where we went would be heading right.
Yes. And this is where everybody entered from, including Frey, Grod. You recognize this big corridor. Now, Althea, you guys came from across the way here, where I'm pinging. You came from that direction.
Yeah.
Whereas the others actually came from the north. They climbed up this wall here where it's broken. Right there. It's a 20-foot drop down there. but they made that climb to get on top of this balcony area that you're currently located at. If you want to go in that direction, to the north, that is, which is the way Vigrod and Frey came in, you have to climb down. There'll be a climbing check to get to those steps. Or you could jump, take damage. Or, as Althea would mention, and Sheppy and Cassandra, this direction, there is a way out, and that's to the east. Now, Althea, you're leading the party. Do you wish to go in that direction and everyone follow?
So I imagine as she's heading across the bridge, would Vigrod and Frey mention, oh, we came from the north? Because I don't think Althea specifically knows that's the door that they came from.
That's true. That was never revealed.
As they pass it, Vigrod would point it out. And also say that it's a 20-foot drop down on the stairs.
Althea looks back. I think that might actually be a shorter way out. If we continue in this direction, we'll get to the same place, but I hope you're all good at holding your breath, because there's a specific room that was covered in these terrible spores that will cause fungal rot. If we could climb down, there might be a better way.
Believe I have rope.
Agatha's gonna pipe up beside Vigrid. If it gets us out of here, I'll deal with any pain that comes my way.
Okay. You going east or north?
North. So
North.
back.
Okay. Whoop.
And as I'm leading the party, I'm actually going to go first down. And from her backpack, she takes out a climbing kit.
Okay.
She kind of hammers in the pieces as she continuously goes along, just to ensure everybody has some sort of foothold or a safer way to go down.
Vigrod's going to be taking a length of rope and tying knots into it so somebody could get a good grip if they need help being lowered down.
She actually hands Vigrod the rope that comes in her climbing kit, so that way he's not using his own. Oh, use this. I was going to use it to climb down anyways.
Very well. Then hold a knot. That'll give you something to grab a hold of, and I can lower you down.
Yeah. She actually will take the end and attach it to the grappling hook part of it and attach that to the railing or the edge that's broken off. As long as it's sturdy, she'll test it with her little foot, and if it budges, then she'll just return it back to his hands. No, you can hold on to it.
All right, so whoever wants to go first, go ahead, and I'm going to just one climbing check. It's an athletics check to get to the bottom without any problems at all. This would be critical for Agatha.
Is this a blind check?
This would be public.
Okay.
You'd know if you failed or not.
17.
Okay. Go ahead, everybody. Well, you get about halfway down, but it's taken a little bit longer than normal. Give me another one. Althea.
This time it's a 13.
Nope,
And if
shaky
it's
ground. Shaky ground. You only get 5 feet. Then it's like, oh, wait a minute. You're dilly-dallying.
I am also trying to hammer these pistons into the wall
You are, exactly.
and create foothold. So I imagine I'm going a little bit slower and may lose my balance every once in a while.
Okay, here's what we'll do. You give me one more check.
What the rope's for?
Yeah, toss down that rope.
One more check, Althea.
I may need it.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay. All right, it takes a little bit longer than you were prepared or expected. considerably longer to do this, but you do put the little pittons in there or whatever you're using, the little spikes, and make your way down. The rope is secure. Now everybody else can get down this. I want everybody to make a single check. It's not a critical thing. I want to see if anybody does take any considerable damage, which would be 10 points.
I also want to remind you guys, the point of the climbing kit is that if you critically fail, you won't.
Plus, I'm holding the rope up top, so do they get any sort of bonuses for me holding the rope up top?
Maybe. Okay, I got your roll, Sheppy and Frey. Everybody else. Any special precautions for Agatha? Tie a rope around her waist. Lower her
Yeah, I
down.
was gonna say, why don't we just
That's what
lower
I'm
her
doing,
down?
Yeah.
All right, Cassandra. Nice
Man,
17.
Cassandra.
Alright.
Got a 7 and you still rolled a 17.
Vigrad, a 16.
Not gonna waste a hero point on that.
13 for Agatha.
I
Wow.
guess if I make it down first, I'll have my arms like extended out, like as if I'm gonna be the one to catch them. Lower yourselves down slowly. It is kind of awkward getting down here with the angle of the stairs. Be careful.
You all make your way down without anyone falling and slipping, thanks to Althea and Vigrad. Working your way, taking your time. It takes a considerable amount of time. You get halfway down and change your mind. You're back up and holding on to the ledge. It's a tough go. Frey had no problem at all making down this. He got it down in a matter of seconds. He reaches the bottom and waits for the rest of you. And who was the last one? I think it was
Me, because
Grad.
I was lowering
Yeah.
it up down.
Yeah, imagine.
You make your way down and get about halfway when you hear the voice again. A voice you've heard before. Strange, muttering, cackling sounds coming from above the ledge and beyond, but it sounds like it's getting closer. You also hear the sound of a chain dragging.
We've got company up top. We have to move.
At this point, you've reached the bottom, Vigrad. You're all at the bottom now and can continue heading north.
I'll sling one of Agatha's arms over my shoulder and sort of peck her up a little more, hearing the chains and the whispers behind me. I'm going to sort of relay that information to everybody.
You get to about here. You reach the top of this big set of wide steps, about 15 foot wide here. And you reach the very top and you see before you a single door. And just as you head towards the door, Althea, it's got a latch on it. Do you pull it?
Yeah.
You pull it and you see before you a familiar sight. And as you cross the portal, those in the back, Frey. Oh, I can never remember your name. Grad and Frey. You hear the cackling getting closer, and you can see in the shadows at the balcony, you could just make it out. You can see blackened flesh with a hint of blue appear from the darkness. The chains, that creature you saw before, for sure, the one that held you captive, Grad. You see it just briefly, and it's cackling to itself. You're not sure it sees you. You make your way through the portal. Frey, you're the last one to get through. Do you shut the door?
Yes, I'd shut the door, but I just want to would Vigrad let me be the last one to get through?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm carrying Agatha.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough. Then yes, I will shut the door.
You close the door behind you after seeing what you saw, and you turn around and you look into this chamber. This is the chamber that you entered from. You remember this, the great abyss before you, a great black pit with multiple doors in the east and the west, and also to the north, more stairs. Stairs that you descended, Frey, originally, to get down this hellish place. You see nothing else, and I assume you all continue north. Now, I will point out, right here, behind the group, there is a set of steps that wind down into this darkness. Okay? Assuming you continue up towards the steps to the north and make good your escape, you move on. Just make a note that you saw those steps. Nothing else comes within sight. Now, what I'll do now is I'll bring you to the next spot, and then we're going to see how well you get out of this place, because it is a haul, 2.5 hours. Familiar terrain once again. You see this long corridor, the corpses, coffins like, are stretched all along the east and west walls. There is a secret door to the left in the west wall up ahead that you can find and make your way out of here. Althea, you recognize this. You can lead the party out of here. Backtrekking all the way that you came. Now, assuming that's what you do, it's going to take you about 2.5 hours. Considering that folks are taking their time being on the defensive and searching and whatnot, 2.5 hours. You're going to roll some dice. Okay. It takes you about 3 hours total, but you do actually get to the very top. Now, the only remarkable things that stood out, especially to you, Althea, is you do recognize those bodies, the smell of decay and rot as you go through these levels you've been through before. In that sense, it's very unsettling and very different. At one point, as you reach the surface, you're sure you all heard the howls of wolves in the caves themselves, which is a bit odd. You never encountered wolves in the Gauntlet.
Jowl.
That is the one exception. You are correct. Yaul. One who was said to be a werewolf. Let me check the time here. Let's see what time of day it is as you reach the top. Let's go to hours. We're going to knock off 2-3 hours. And I believe this is afternoon. You make your way into the daylight at the top floor. You wind your way through the foggy fen, and the stench and the smell of the rotting water. And you make your way up unharmed. Nothing happens on the way out. You safely have reached the top. And you're only about a half an hour now down that main path, the old Gauntlet Road, I think it's called, and back to Otari in safety. You all know where you're at now. And you can do so. Actually, it's going to take you twice as long to get there because you're doing all these actions. Let me roll again. Okay. About 40-45 minutes actually goes by the time you get to Otari and see it. It's afternoon. It looks like it's about midday. And once again, as you break through the woods and into the open space that surrounds Otari, you can see the buildings begin to appear. And yeah, from that point on, all good. You can make your way back into Otari. So let's change the map. And we'll pick up with part 2, because we're going to take a little break here in Otari, so you guys can get your stuff together and figure out what we're going to do next. So you've safely made it back to Otari. All right? So, you guys good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, perfect timing because I gotta go pee.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Thanks for that information. All right, now we're going to take a break, folks. We're going to go to an intermission. You guys playing the game here with me Give yourself about 5-10 minutes tops and then get back into the game and whatever. Okay, so we're going to pick up where we left off, folks. Hang in there because it's going to get better. We're back. Here we are once again. Part 2 for the rest of this session. Let's get into this. The companions have made their way back out of the gunlight once again. It was a close one. There were some things that I seemingly caught wind of their presence. But they made good their escape. And here they are once again, gathered around a table at the Rowdy Rockfish, a familiar location, a comfortable location, Althea. You feel much more comfortable here. All the memories you've shared with the companions of the past, and new faces as well. Although a lot's been weighing on your mind, Althea. As you, Agatha. Anyway, you find yourself gathered around this table. It's about early afternoon. Cassandra, Althea, Agatha, Sheppy, joined by Vigrod and Frey. It's about half a dozen folk in here at this time of day. Most are at work, doing the fishing routine or working in the lumber mills. Got some time to yourself. You're tired, you're weary, but dusk is hours away yet, so you have time to contemplate and think and gather yourselves. What does that look like? What's on your mind, Althea? Agatha.
Go ahead, Dizzy.
I'll let you go first. Althea. Agatha's still trying to get her thoughts together since she's pretty badly injured.
That's true, and Sheppy, you noticed this. What are you thinking of, Sheppy? You're muted. There you go.
Sheppy heard that Vigrod might need a loan. How much do you need?
Need only a few gold to get some armor. Maybe 15, possibly.
Sheppy's gonna give him 15 gold.
I'll pay it back to you, I promise.
I don't need it anyway.
Goblin that does not need gold. Interesting.
You see all I have? I don't know what to do with it. You can't have any more.
Okay. How about you, Cassandra? You've gathered with your friends?
Cassandra's very concerned about Agatha, and she wants to, whenever we split up, she wants to head to the library to see if there are any books about how to properly bandage even the undying flesh. She feels bad that she can't do anything for Agatha.
Okay. So you're going to head off and visit the library or temple?
Yeah, just to see. I mean,
Okay.
it'll give some background into why I might be able to do it later.
Okay.
Seeing Cassandra's worry, Vigrod's gonna look to Althea. Is there no place we can take her to be healed?
Oh, she's already run off at this point.
That's another thing I glossed over here, but Agatha, it's a sunny day. It's afternoon. You take your precautions, although it's pretty rough at this moment. Dangerous time of day for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you follow suit and head your way to the Rowdy Rockfish regardless with your companions, all hooded and cowled up, and right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Once they get back to Altari, Agatha would try to stand up, even though she's rather wobbly. She would announce that she's going to see Loren Savixi.
As she
So-
kind of wobbles, Vigrod would sort of help catch her.
okay.
I guess I'm gonna have a traveling companion then.
I'll put you over there. I'll put you down here just to give me an idea what's going on. How about you, Vigrad and Frey. What's on your mind as you've found yourself once again in this rowdy rockfish where events
So,
have
David and Chapt,
transpired?
I would have gone off to go take care. I sent you a Discord message, but I would have gone off to earn some money and or get some rest. And like I said, I don't care where. It might have been here as well, but it'd be later on. I need to get some money.
I'm just taking Agatha to Ren's.
All right, 1 second. Vigrad, you're going to Rin's?
I'm sort of carrying Agatha with me
Okay.
at her request.
All right, I'll save you for last, Frey. I have to read that message again. Agatha, or Althea. Oh, Althea and Sheppy. Any plans?
Yes. but
Everybody's
they will-
leaving us. Go ahead.
They will also be directly messaged to you because there's something I have in mind. So I don't want to get my hopes up without talking to you. So just, Althea's off doing her own thing, but she's agreed to meet back up whenever. She says I'll probably need 6 to 12 hours, perhaps. Maybe it's best that we just meet in the morning.
Very well.
Okay. Sheppy, how about you? Everybody's leaving you. You're hungry. Oh, we can go for some fish bones right now. You're muted.
What was that?
What are you doing? Everybody's going off doing their thing today at the Rowdy Rockfish. What are you going to do? Anything in particular?
Yeah, I was looking for any kind of magical wares that I could go around the market, maybe rinse Vixies,
All right.
find anything I could.
Okay, you're going to join Agatha and Grod.
Okay.
Sound good? All right.
Sounds good.
All right. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I read some messages here.
My message to you is in secret, so if you know the answer, you can just say it out loud.
Wow.
Oh, my.
I don't know what that is, Eric.
Before Cassandra leaves, Big Girl's gonna look over to her. Do you know of any temples in the area? Place we might find solace or quiet moments of prayer. I'm not that familiar with this city.
Well, there's one associated with the library, isn't there?
Yeah, it's the Dawnflower, but Vigral doesn't know that.
Then that's what she would. So then that's what she would tell you.
Much appreciated. Pretty adept with those bandages as well. Where did you learn to bandage wounds, if you don't mind me asking?
My grandfather, after he was done beating me.
Sorry to hear that.
Sorry, but why? I learned much at his feet.
You said he beat you. That's
Well, and she looks genuinely confused because I could not overcome him in combat.
he was your trainer.
Yes. Teacher.
Ah, I see. Well, he taught you well. Been much impressed with your skills thus far.
So she doesn't know how to react to the compliments, so she just says, thank you.
Most welcome. Look forward to seeing what other tricks you have up your sleeves.
Tricks?
You seem to be pretty adept with your fists and feet.
Yes, but I do not engage in trickery with my opponent. Oh. That was humor.
A poor attempt at one. My apologies.
Yes, I will show our enemies tricks when we fight next. Then she gives a a nod, like, yeah, I know what you mean.
Big Rob will sort of bow his head. I never had much time for tricks at the Northern Academy, but we did learn a few things. Perhaps you would like to know a few ways to disarm a few people, should you ever have the need. I could teach you a few basic grapples.
She arcs an eyebrow, and as though she's like, really? But then she's like, all right. When we break for camp.
Indeed. Looking forward to it. Miss Agatha, are you prepared to head to Reds? You're getting more grim and bleeding more by the moment. Starting to wonder if it's your blood or mine on the floor.
Agatha is just kind of wobbling her way towards the door to head out.
At that point, Vegrob will get up and try to assist her to the door. He'll sort of nod to Cassandra and Chapt. I'll see you both back here in the morning.
She nods. Although I think Sheppy's going with you, right? To Swin Victor.
Oh yeah, that's right. Come along, little goblin friend. We have work to do.
Okay, I messaged you back, Rachel.
I'm typing.
Okay. All right, let me catch up with this. What are we doing here? Grad, Sheppy, Agatha?
Going
Go.
up to Ren's to get Agatha some healing.
Okay, so nothing's changed. And Cassandra, you're heading to the library.
Correct.
I'll put you down there. I'll get to you in a minute. And the rest of you, blump, blump, blump. Move you up to Rin Savixi's. And I'll try and fix this in the next session so you can actually see the locations. You've seen them before, most of you, but... Blink. I want you to be able to see something here. Otherwise it's just a big boring map with a yellow house. Alright, now, Cassandra. This afternoon you've made your way through the walkway leading into the Dawnflower Library and Temple. You're welcomed, you're greeted. You have access to the library, if you so choose. Now, what exactly are you trying to achieve here, if anything?
So I'm trying to look up books on physiology, healing, medicine that would enable me to also use my talents on someone like Agatha.
So you're looking to try and get that feat in the future?
So yeah, I'm establishing the narrative so that
Gotcha.
when I end up with the feat, it's not out of the blue.
And what is this feat? What is it called?
Stitch flesh.
Stitch flesh. All right. So you're putting in your research.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of information is definitely available here.
Good.
And no roles necessary, but you can find some books or have books brought to you. They can find them for you, and you could do some reading. Might even be able to check out a book or two to take them back your way if you want, if they're nice to you. They do support your cause, after all. You are a companion. All is well and good, so make a note of that. Did you have access to some books on those topics? And every chance you get, you're going to be researching.
Yeah. She just feels terrible for Agatha that she, as it stands, she can't do anything to help her. She wants to be able to help her.
Gotcha. Let's put Althea up here. She makes her way across the alleyways and in the street and back into her house. We'll get to that shortly. Let's go up to Rinsavixi's and see what's going on. Now, did anyone want to stop off at the marketplace first? Or was that just something for later?
I thought Vigrid and Chappie wanted to stop there to see if they could find like armor or wands or something.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for any kind of magic robes, anything magic related, something I could wear or use, wherever that would be.
The Otari Market is the place to go for foods, adventuring gear, simple weapons, and light armors. That's what you'd find there. And yeah, magical stuff, you're not really going to find that there. The Dawnflower Library has access to some magical supplies, if you want to call them that. Potions, perhaps. Weapons that are symbols of the various deities. They have shrines dedicated to blessed weapons. Are relatively easy to find, of course, for a donation. There is that. As far as magical goods, surprisingly, she does have a few bits and bobs of adventuring gear type things. Esoteric bric-a-brac would be a better term. Some magic items. Specifically, non-ammunition consumable items. Held items, staves, wands, worn items. So yeah, she does actually have access to that. Not everything, of course. She's just a small place. Her thing is fortune-telling, of course, right? It's not spells and magic items. So yeah, Rin's Wonders might be a place to go to and ask about Sheppy if you're interested in that. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll definitely do that.
All right, so I don't know if you can do this, but yeah, you don't really have
I'll have
access.
to do it when I get home.
Yeah, you got to know what you want.
I'll be on tonight, and I'll take a look, and I'll tell you what I need or want or can afford.
Yeah, that's an issue. All right, she also supports you, so there's discounts. And Agatha and Grad, same goes for you. So, did you want to? You tell me what you're doing. I don't want to assume what you're doing. You're heading up to Rin's and.
Yeah, Vegrod's more concerned with her safety of
Okay.
not healing and bleeding out, and then he can always drop her off and go to the market while Ren's dealing with that. Unless Ren has questions for him, which she probably will.
All right, let me go to Frey here. Okay, there's that. I'm going to call this equipment. I'm going to create that. And what was the other thing? Don't say it, of course. You messaged me. Did you deduct your silver piece?
I did not.
Go ahead and do that if you got it.
Okay.
I assume you do.
I haven't done that before, so how do I do that without screwing this up?
Go to your inventory page.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
It's at the top. There's a... Well, you could do it in the... there's a plus and minus button.
Okay, that worked. All right.
What's up with this? I can't see. There it is. Call that small. 0. Okay.
then once I procure those items, I will try to find some odd and end job that I can do. If it is washing dishes, fine, I'll wash dishes. If it's working down at the docks, I'll work down at the docks.
Okay.
As a guard, I think I would know what places might need some help.
Yeah, you know
that
your
would-
way around town. No problem.
That would at least pay a decent amount of money, even if it's not long term, obviously. So any little bit helps.
No problem.
And then for the night, I want to sleep through it so I can recover as much as possible.
All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. I'll be back on later.
All right, Jesse.
See you, Jesse.
Good. We'll
Take
see
care,
you. Good
Jesse.
game, everyone. We'll see you.
Take
You
care.
as well, Bubby.
Drive safe. All right, let me see if I can find these new things I just made. It takes forever to make things on the fly. I don't know what's up with that. It's like the program lags. Let's see. Frey. Inventory. Let me drag this to your sheet. And this. So those things are in your sheet as you disappeared to the marketplace, and you managed to find these little items, and you now have them in your inventory. I'll go back and look at these and make sure that I statted them right.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
But you have them, so you're all good with that. No problem. Then we'll come back to you for jobs. Always a good choice. Make a little coin, perhaps, in the limited time you have. Probably won't make nothing because you're going to be going back to the Gauntlet soon. Next day. But you never know. Maybe a little gambling.
I know some people might need something curried here and there,
Perhaps.
I have a
Now-
respectable face, so I believe.
All right, Althea, let me get to you. Let's go to that inventory of yours. Everybody's being sneaky tonight. What's going on? So, you've got some things here.
Yes, and depending on what it is, we'll kind of roll into what I want to do next.
I see two things. Correct?
Yeah, two things at the top.
Yeah, I see them. Out of your pack. Alright, let me see what that's about. There's a bottle of something. Doesn't seem to be anything in it. What is this? And you want to keep this secret? Private or what?
Yeah, keep it secret, keep it safe,
Gotcha. Go ahead and make a... You can choose any of the magical traditions. Arcana, so on, divine, whatever you want, whatever you're really good at. And I want you to make that roll blind. And I got the DC.
Would I be more convinced this would be nature or religion related? And if it's neither, then just don't tell me.
There's definitely something odd about it, an empty bottle, but somehow it seems more than just an empty bottle.
I
Med-
guess I'll go with religion. That's my staple.
Yeah, divine, right? Is that the skill? No,
Yeah,
it's
that'd be
religion.
divine.
The skill's
Yeah.
called religion, though, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I sent that blind.
I forgot how to play Pathfinder. I'm sorry. Happens every time of night.
It's bound to happen, yes.
All right. All right. Let's see what that is.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow! Are we sure?
Positive. You found it.
Oh, wow.
Calm down. It's okay. All right,
Althea's eyes
next.
grow large. What? Surprised I didn't realize this sooner. And
Next.
then I'll roll for the next thing.
Yeah, same situation. One of the schools? This will take some time to figure out what this is. You see scales belonging to some strange creature that you're not sure what it is, but there's something about it, perhaps the etchings that seem to be crafted in some magical way.
Alright, then she's gonna take some time to inspect it further. Because it's really peculiar. And tired of looking at it.
Put that in a box somewhere. Let's see. Identify
at the
magic.
bottom.
How long does it take to do this? Identify magic.
I'm not. Hold on. I have it here as I think an exploration activity.
Oh, it is. It's exploration activity, so 10 minutes.
Maybe that's downtime. No, I'll have to search it separately.
All right, it's going to take you at least a day before you can try and figure this out, so that'll have to be put in the box.
Alright, she'll
Get a good sleep.
keep it in the back. And instead focus on the other things that she wanted to do.
All right, so anything else?
A message.
There's a strange wine, I see. Another bottle of something.
Oh yeah, regardless of whatever that is, she's going to be drinking it at the end of this adventure. It could be like liquid death, and job well done, guys. Gulp. Down the hatch it's going. Celebratory wine.
Well, as you take a short sip, I'll let you have a little sip in preparation for the festivities tonight. It is no longer an unusual object, so... Although that said, it is what it is, so... Nothing special about it, but it tastes good. That'll do the trick.
Perfect for special occasions.
Come on, Binley. Party time. All right. Let's move on here. We're going to go to... Who's next? Frey? I should go up to Rin Savixis, shouldn't I? Yeah, we'll do that. All right, she greets you. She's there today. It's in the afternoon. She welcomes you back, gives you a hug. Agatha, as if she's known you an eternity, and you feel likewise. And as she does so, she notices your weakness, your feebleness.
She would probably also notice her clothing be slightly cut up once she lifts off the heavy protective clothing, and also showing the multiple shards of glass in her body.
You are in dire need indeed, my dear. I can only imagine what horrors met you in that terrible godlight. I shall bring you warm tea, herbs, that maybe will make you feel better, perhaps. I know. Do not worry. And she disappears behind into her kitchen. And as you sit there and you wait, Vigrad, you have never met Rinsavixi before, correct?
No.
She doesn't really pay much attention to you when you come in. She's more focused on Agatha. Sheppy is also there, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sheppy's left.
All right, so what would you like to do, Vigrad? What is your goal here?
My main goal was to get Agatha some healing and some help.
And that's it. Okay.
And I'm just sort of standing by the door until till the next phase kicks in, I guess.
Okay. Let me find Rin. See if she's capable at all of anything direct here. She says to you, and she comes back into the room with the tea, and you drink it, and it's very, very enjoyable, Agatha. And as you begin to describe the horrors that you experienced, and she looks to your wounds, and she says, "There's nothing I can do to help you, my dear. You are a unique creature in this world that we all share. But I might have something that might be of aid right now for you. Perhaps alleviate some of your pains."
Agatha would look up at Ren, curious at what she's talking about. Kind of like not gripping the cup, but more like holding it away as though she's like now paying full attention on the woman in front of her.
And she pulls away. She turns her back to you and she goes to her shelves, and it's a bookcase. And she pulls something that looks like a scroll tube from behind the books, almost like as it was hidden. And she brings it over to the table and she sets it down. "Before I give this to you, my dear, who is this that you bring with you? Is this a friend of yours?" And she looks towards Grad.
Agatha would turn and look at Vigrod before looking at Ren, and she'd be like, he's with us. We found him in Belcor's tower. Beyond that, I really don't know why he's exactly here. And she looks back at Vigrod, kind of motioning him towards Ren.
Begrod would sort of step forward, and remove his helmet, and offer a hand to Ren. Begrod Wraithbane, Captain, Northern Army.
And she greets you. I won't get too much into detail, but it's a very similar situation where she touches your hand, and I assume you're seated, correct? Grad?
Standing, but we'll be seated, yeah.
She guides you to the table, and you are definitely seated. And you feel the tingling sensation in your flesh, and it goes up into your shoulders and down into your chest and settles there, this tingly, invigorating feeling. And you feel very comfortable, very at ease. And she welcomes you into the companions. And she goes on to describe to you what that means, what's going on and what happens. And of course, by being a member of the companions, you're going to get a reward for this, by putting an end to whatever's in the gauntlet and what's happening. So she welcomes you. She understands. And you almost feel at times that she has some ability to read you. She feels the burden that you bear. She can feel your pain. You sense this. She offers a reading of the stars for you. If you're around in the evening and the clouds are not present, she would offer that to you. So if you'd like to come back, she would do that for you. Free of charge.
I would be happy to.
And you also partake of the tea. She offers it anyway.
Yeah, he'll sip on it.
Agatha, she gives you this cylindrical case, a scroll case. And my dear, take this when you are in most need. It may help you. I know it is magic of darkness that is most beneficial to you. And that's why I hide this from plain sight. It is yours. It should help you. And she gives you this scroll. If you want to take a look at it, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you peer inside and break the seal and look inside, and you could see right away the writings inside the scroll, which are arcane, which is your tradition. This is a powerful spell of negative magic. One that would heal you. You recognize that. So if you want to save that and hold on to that, she gave that to you.
Yeah, she would save and hold on to it.
Okay, when you want to use it, I'll tell you what happens. Okay, so with that, if you guys want to do anything out at Rin Civixies, you can do so. Otherwise, we're going to move on.
Agatha would have updated Ren on what's happening in the Gauntlet. I think that was already mentioned, I think.
News most welcome, my dear. Thank you. I appreciate that. You are indeed brave. And the companions are surely glad to have you amongst their number. But again, rest and take care of yourself. Find a place in the dark to read this scroll, and it will be of great benefit to you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Grad?
No, he's just sort of sitting and studying Ren as she's sort of sitting and studying him.
Rin's awesome. She's always doing fun things. I like Rin, says Chevy. Let's get out of here. I'm hungry.
The lady is fit for trouble.
And she is. Maybe we should all come to my house, underneath the docks. I have plenty of bones we could all lick.
Perhaps another time.
Oh, whatever. See ya!
He rushes out the door. Disappears from sight. He's hungry.
Yes. Well, she seems to be safe in your care, Miss Civixie. I have business at the market that I must attend to.
You do. And again, I welcome you.
I'm honored. I'll be back to collect her in a little while. Farewell. And Begrub will head for the door and go down to the market.
Slam goes the door. See you, losers. He goes running. I'm sorry. Monty Python. All right, you head for the market. Yes? Yes, Agatha?
Agatha probably would have waited until after Vigrid left, and then after Sheppy also left, she would look at Ren and she goes, "There is a situation I'm struggling now to start to endure, and I don't know what to do, and I'm afraid it might consume me one day."
What, your vampirism? What's gonna consume you?
She's noticed every single time she's always, like, she gets the scent of blood and it's like so potent. It's almost as if her vampiric side is like fighting to take control of her. And it's like she feels like she's kind of floundering a little bit in there, and it kind of scares her.
Yeah, it would. You'll have to be careful of that. You never know. Dizzy, you're going to enter a session and suddenly you're a full-blown vampire consuming your friends. It could happen. You're on a dark path.
And she would bring that fear up to Ren, and she would look at her and be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I can not let the companions see how it is affecting me.
You will do what you always do, my dear. Hide yourself. Don't let them see. Don't reveal your true self. You know this.
And she's talking about, you are quite familiar with hiding yourself and keeping hidden and stuff. You cover your flesh and your skin. People know about you. They know you. They leave you alone because you do good things. You're not actually an evil person. Amazing as that might seem.
She still feels the darkness tugging at her.
You do. The battle within is eternal for vampires. You either give in to it and plunge yourself into the depth of evil and darkness, or you fight it. Of course, as you know, Agatha, you invited and welcomed this into your life.
Mm-hmm.
You knew what you were getting into from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you didn't realize how hungry you would be for that darkness once it entered your body. And that's the battle you deal with. Frey, you've made your way into the marketplace. You've wandered around some of the streets. There is work.
All right.
As you know, this is a lumber town, primarily. Also a fish town, but you have found work. There's always call for guards at the Atari lumber mill. What is it called? The Atari lumber mill. I don't know where it is. But you have an opportunity. You can have the day shift or the night shift as a guard. Now, the day shift is quite treacherous, and it requires you to be there in the daytime. You go off with the lumber workers in the morning. It's going off into the north part of the woods, and you join a bunch of other guards that accompany the loggers and stay there for sometimes for days, and then you return eventually. There's that. Pay is pretty good, actually, but that's a whole deal of work. Serious inquiries only. However, they also offer a job at night shift, where you guard the lumber mill itself, because they've had trouble in the past. Now, you, being a member of the Atari Guard at one point, you know about this stuff. This would be easy work for you. There's a handful of guards that work there on shifts, different days. You could be one of those. And you'll get a fairly decent amount of coin. Adventuring perhaps is better, but it is something. So you do have those offers. Now,
I can't commit to anything that's going to be long lasting because
Exactly.
these folks already said that we got to meet in the morning. So the only one I can take is the overnight shift for now.
Okay. So make a note of that, and if you want to really pursue it, you can get that job. Okay? And you'll make a little coin. But honestly, that's going to require some of your time. You'll be at Atari at nights working, and then you got to go adventure in the daytime. You'd never sleep. But there is opportunity for you if you want
If we're
it.
in the gauntlet, there's no chance that I'm going to be... I will be late to work. Well, tardy. No, I will be absent for the next couple of weeks. So, no, I mean, if I can do it for one night for tonight, I'll deal with... Crap, I need to heal too. Oh, I need money. So if I can do it for tonight, I will, and I'll get an hour of sleep if I can do that. Else, I'll suck it up, Buttercup, and...
All right, so you're going to pursue this and see if you can get it for a night. All right, let's roll some dice. This is my oracle to see exactly what is available.
I'll be right back.
They're after more serious inquiries. However,
Yeah, I figured.
if you would like to see how good you can do at this, they're willing to give you a night as a test run. So, and they'll give you some coin for it, but not as much. You'll make about 5 silver pieces, which ain't bad. In fact, it's quite a bit.
You know what? Thank you. Appreciate the offer, but I no, not right now. But
Okay.
I might come back when things calm down for me because,
All right.
this looks like it could be good, honest work.
Okay. So make a little note that there is guard work at the lumber mill if you want to do it in the future, if you have more time to do so. Okay.
I guess, well, I mean, how much is it going to cost me to stay in that in the...
I think it's 4. It's done monthly. I deduct your coins at the start of every month. I think it's 4 gold pieces for normal accommodations. Is it 4 gold? I think it's 4 gold.
Yeah, 4 gold.
All right, well, that'll have to do.
There's cheaper. You can live in a pigsty if you wanted. Subsist. That's something else you can do.
No, I am not
Maybe
giving
Sheffy's
Vigrad
looking
that
for a roommate.
I'm not giving Vigrad that satisfaction.
All right, don't worry about that right now, how much you're going to pay yet. The month is about to change, so we'll do that later. So you're all set. What else we got here? Vigrad, if you wanted to buy anything you could get at the market, tell me what it is. I'll make sure it's available and just add it to your sheet. So make a little list if you want.
Yeah, the only thing I'm getting is splint mail.
Okay. That's a common item, right?
Yes, sir.
That I'm gonna have to roll. How much is it?
It is.
How much is splint mail? Oh, God.
Total price is 13 gold.
All right. You got the last one, you did? You can get that. That was the last suit that blacksmith made, if you remember him. Remember the blacksmith that you guys were trying to track down? He was a vile one, he was. Got yourself some splint mail. Deduct your coin, add it to your sheet. If you have any problems,
Already done.
tell me. All right, so yeah, you're all done as well. Cassandra, doing your research. And I think everybody's good. So what we'll do is we'll push forward. You all make your way back to your rooms, wherever you're staying. I think everybody's at the Rowdy Rockfish. I could be wrong. Althea, of course, is living at her own little home, the little yellow house on the hill. I assume that's where she's going to go. Uh-oh. You let me know what that is, Althea. And what we'll do is we'll jump forward in time to the next day. So you guys will be able to hit that little rest button on your character sheet. That'll give you all your natural healing. Except you, Agatha. So open your character sheet, Max, and you'll see on the left side on the top, there's a symbol of a guy laying in a bed. Click that, and you'll get your full natural healing. There you go.
All right,
Pretty
done.
cool. Pretty cool. Cassandra, only 4 hit points. Spell slots.
I got my focus pulled back.
Now, Agatha, if you want to use that scroll, you can. You recognize it as a very powerful harm spell. So, I'm going to tell you what that results in. Okay? Yeah, that's right. Give yourself 25 hit points back. Now, that's pretty hard to come by. Scrolls like that aren't common. And unfortunately, there's really nothing else you can do. You can't go to the temple and, oh, we'll heal you with spells. Get away from me. You're out of there. That's also a holy sanctuary. You couldn't even set foot in there. So there is that. There's really nothing else you can do. Unless you do some more investigating. That's where you're at. But you get all your spells back. So give yourself the hit points I just gave you there. And redo your spell list. Do that now. It's like every spell you got now is going to be a harm spell. You did good, though, Dizzy. It went a long time before you finally got to that stage. Not bad. All right, so we're going to go to the next morning. Before we call the session here, got to take care of Althea. She's got something going on here. She's got one more thing. It is now Gozran the First. That's the name of the month. Gozran, named after the god Gozra. It is daybreak. Two hours after sunrise, or in our terms, about 8 a.m. Okay? When you've all agreed to get back together, we'll pick up in the next session where you guys wake up, Althea, everybody, and so on and so forth. You're all staying at the Rowdy Rockfish. Cassandra, you're staying at the Rowdy Rockfish too, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so that's where you'll be as well. Probably with a couple books in tow.
If they said they'd let me, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're good with that. And I think we got everybody covered. Now, Althea, what would you like to do?
I'm messaging you because there was a lot that Althea had in mind, and it was mostly like a hunt for something specific on the darker side of town.
Ah, what are you thinking, Rachel? What's going on?
Like,
darker side of town.
It's been a while, but maybe, it's time to visit Yinismera again.
Ah, okay.
And there was some other person that she wanted to speak to, which it hasn't been like forever, because we visited these people when we were trying to find information about the relics. I believe it is
Mordeblint?
Mordeblint.
Mordeblint? Yeah, Mordeblint. Yeah.
Either him or taking a trip to Galentine Deliveries, which she hasn't been before, I don't believe. But she's met the delivery person.
Have a good day, Mum.
Yeah.
The little halfling.
That one has been a while since we've seen him.
He's the little delivery guy.
Those were her 3 main stops, starting with Yinismera.
Okay, you want to do that in the morning?
Yeah, if it took all day to identify that one item, then yes, it would have to wait until the morning.
Yeah, but that only took 10 minutes. But the other item that you failed with, that's going to take a full 24 hours before you can go at that again.
I guess to be on the same page with everybody, yeah, she'll just... Can I do like 12 hours now, 12 hours later kind of deal? Because I don't know when exactly when we arrived versus when we've woken up, if it's been 24 hours. If I can take the time, yeah, and then do the rest come morning. But I don't know how you want to play the time out.
Where were we? About 2.
Because I think you said something about the afternoon.
Holy smokes, it's been about 20 hours? It couldn't have been. Since you arrived? 8 a.m. the next day? Oh, how could that be?
Well, half of it was sleeping.
Well, that would be 12, so it's about 13 hours, actually. Wait a minute. You got here, let's say 2 p.m. And it's now 8 a.m. the next morning. How many hours are we talking there? It's 12 at 2 a.m. 6. 18 hours. It's been 18 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So 18 hours has gone by to the next morning. So you got your full sleep. We got that taken care of. There's plenty of time for you, Althea, to do a couple other things if you want to do them. But
Alright, well, she'll spend most of her morning finishing up her research on this particular item, trying to figure out what it was and recalling that knowledge.
okay. Well, you want to identify that, don't you?
It's like, might as well. Let's get this down. No use carrying it around if I don't know what it does.
6 more hours and you're good to go.
Alright, she'll do that and then be with the rest of the group. Not like meet with them, but go on her own mission, as I had mentioned with Yinusmera and the others.
All right. So do you want to pick up with that next session?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that little investigating. So, if I'm getting this right in my head, we're gonna begin the next session at dawn, right around 8 a.m. somewhere in there. You guys are all gonna be gathering. Althea's gonna go off and, hey everybody, I'll be right back. And you're gonna do all this stuff then, right?
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. And that'll give everybody some more time if they have anything else to do, buy some other equipment before they head back. If that's your plan, you'll have to discuss this in the next session. Like it's not like you're not gonna, but yeah, we could do that in the next session. Just make a note of that and remind me. And if there's anything else you need to do, Rachel, let me know during the week.
Yeah, I'm trying to draft something for you now. This way it's easier to jump into it when we get back.
I could tell you're typing away. All right, is everybody good? So we know where we're at?
Mhm.
Max? Eric?
Yep.
Kyle?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll call it there. If we're all good with that. It is almost 10:30. All right. All right, we're going to do our outros. Interesting game session. I had fun. It was interesting. Good things can come out of these stories, and I like seeing it unfold, especially Agatha. You've been thinking a lot, Agatha, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if there's anything else you want to discuss with Rin, make sure you contact me during the week, and I'll help you fill in with that.
We'll be doing that.
Because I know we were discussing that. Oh, the dark things in my head, they're driving me crazy. Help me, Rin. Whatever. We can go over that. Because you do have some issues to take care of being a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
As we're seeing evidence of now. But you do have all your spells back now, so that's good. All right, folks, we're going to call the session there. Again, we're just in the beginning phases of this. I think this next journey back into the Gauntlet is going to be very interesting, as here we have the companions. They have this opportunity to come together now, formulate some plans as a group, understand what they're doing, and head back in as a cohesive group. We'll see. They could end up fist fighting in the caverns, who knows? It's come close to blows a few times, but such as it is. All right, let's do our outros. Tell me what you thought about the game and what you're looking forward to in the next session, or any mysteries that you want to figure out. We're going to start with Kyle.
I
Go
did
ahead,
do it.
Kyle. You did too. Come on. Go
Uh,
ahead, Kyle.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys. Really, really good session. Fun event. Got to sort of knock on Vegrod's 10 heart there a little bit. And, yeah, was good stuff. I'm looking forward to unveiling the next session, see what's going on down there, see what Vegrod and the party can get into. Still a lot more layers to this one.
Oh, you got some surprises coming. Ooh,
Oh, I
you
got
don't
a
know.
lot of surprises coming.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, just good fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Kyle. Frey, Max, what do you think, Max?
It was a good session. I mean, I don't have too much to add on top of that because most of what's going on with Frey right now is, I'd still say TBD. So.
To be decided. Oh boy. It's good. You're flowing right along. Keeping the dynamic as it is fun amongst the companions. It's always changing. This is good. I like it. Bringing out the best of everybody, right?
Well,
Kind of.
apparently I'm bringing out the worst of some person. Well, so what character I'm talking.
Yes, you're doing good.
Apparently
I'm enjoying it.
somebody's having moral dilemmas now.
Well, as long as everybody's having fun,
It's a good time.
we're getting there. Cassandra, Eric, what'd you think, man?
Oh, Cassandra's looking forward to finding out what's causing all this trouble for Otari. She's looking at being able to be better supportive for Sheppy, for Althea, for Agatha. She wants to be able to show how she values their friendship. And if it means in combat, then it means in combat. I mean, if it means stitching the wounds afterwards, then that's just as fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. Thanks for hosting. Thanks to everyone for coming out.
As always, Eric, I appreciate you taking part in it. Like you and Max are both the newcomers, but you're fitting right in. Yeah,
Thanks, man.
I'm enjoying it. And of course, Agatha, Dizzy, what'd you think? Come on, Dizzy.
Agatha's cutting it pretty close, coming several times to brushing things with death. At this point, she might as well just become well acquainted with it. Now being more exposed to what she's dealing with as a vampire, the darkness that is within this tower is starting to mess with her vampiric side, and it's starting to bring out it more, which is causing more of a internal struggle within her to become even worse. So it's definitely getting very I don't want to say intense, but it's starting to get where Agatha is getting really concerned about if she ever reaches that point, if she's placed between letting her vampiric side completely take control of her, or just finding a way to get a cure for the vampirism.
Oh, that wouldn't even make sense. You brought this in your life. Why would you
I know.
change your mind? Like, it's too late. You know,
Oh no,
it's-
she's not changing her mind. She's having that internal conflict within herself.
second guessing
Yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps. All right. You got some challenges ahead. It's an interesting character design that
yeah.
I helped put together. You come up with the
But
idea,
I
I come up with the
definitely-
character.
I definitely enjoy being able to show the clash between the humane side of her and the vampiric side of her. I'm definitely enjoying that.
Yeah. And getting riled every now and then by baring those teeth. I love that. That's very unsettling. Frey knows that firsthand. Back. Watch out if he pulls out a holy symbol. I didn't mention that, but that is a bad thing for you. If he did do that. Be like,
Very true.
He's got some things up his sleeve, though. I know he does. Who did I leave out? Oh, of course. Rachel, number 1. What's going on, Rachel?
Sorry, I'm the smallest. Very easy to miss.
Very small. 3'1", I think, right?
Yeah, 3'1". But thank you for hosting the session, Fritz. Had a good time. I didn't think we'd end up in Otari, to be honest.
Me
but
neither.
I think that was probably a good call. This way people can get money, do some upkeep, and we all got that natural rest without having to take watch for 10 plus hours.
Yeah.
So, that's in the long run, I think it's good. We've got some equipment. Althea's got some stuff she's going to be doing next session. I'll send that off to you. But it's all leading up to the long-term goal.
There you go. You think about that 10 hours camping out in the dungeon, that's probably at least 10 random encounter checks. That's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yikes. But a lot fewer if you just make the way out.
Yeah, so, and plus it gives Althea some time to dust off her bookshelves and
Tidy up.
water the garden. There's been a dry spell on Otari, so they kind of needed some revitalizing, some good water.
Plus you got that new volume of a joke book you just got. That'll come in handy.
Yeah, that was recently delivered, was waiting on our doorstep and everything. Yeah.
Halfling and gnome jaunty jokes. There you go. That'll help.
I like it.
Dun-dun-dun.
She glossed over it a little bit and skimmed through the intro, but put it aside. You gotta figure out what some of this stuff is and meet back with everybody.
Meet back indeed. All right, folks. Good fun as always. I love these guys. They're great. Max, fantastic role playing as always. He really puts his effort into this. I enjoy it. And Kyle, Althea, also great role playing. Cassandra, focused role play. Eric, you do a good job with that. I'm impressed. I know you love the game mechanics a lot, but when it comes time to pull out that backstory and do a little hum-tum-tum with the role play, you're spot on, man. I enjoy it. And Agatha. And Agatha as well. You guys are great. And folks, we're going to pick up where we left off next Sunday, episode 58, I guess. If I'm totally off or not, I don't know. I think it's 58. And we're going to pick up where we left off, heading back into the Gauntlet, I suspect, and seeing what lies ahead. Chains dragging on stones, blood-curdling screeches from the darkness. All awaits the companions next episode. So, folks, you guys take care, and we'll see you again soon. And remember, hang in there. It's only going to get better. And that's the truth.